And we're live.
Welcome to this All Hallows Eve extravaganza of creepypasta stories and evil shit.
Very nice. Very nice, sir. I
Hey,
appreciate
that
it.
is better than yours.
Dude, mine would have been like, fuck you. Listen here.
By the way, since I've been doing this all night, I have to do this. You Got Her God, second album, Ashes Shall Be Made of Them, released tomorrow. Buy it.
Very nice. I'm excited, man.
It
The
is.
last release, like, was at a very tumultuous time in my life. And I remember the day I really dug into that first album. Or I don't know if that was their first, but that album,
Yeah. It's the first.
Becoming Flesh.
Yeah.
Becoming Flesh. I was on a walk and it hit me deep down, man. It got me at half staff very quickly.
Let me put it to you this way. That was an amazing album.
Yes, it was.
This one's more amazinger.
Really? I'm fucking
It's
tangled,
like
dude.
from killing is my business to rest in peace.
Very good. So this is this going to be definitive for them then? Is this their definitive? We were thinking about retiring after this shit kind of album,
I'm sort of nervous. I mean, I'm sort of nervous about anything they'll release after this. Let's put it that way.
Well, I think Jeannie's smart enough that if it's not up to snuff, she would probably. I mean, it depends on the other members too, obviously, but
I have no doubt that that it'll be good. I just, this album it's more melodic. It's like a mix of Black Death, heavy thrash, just
metal.
All in a blender.
Metal in a blender. Call it blender metal. It's a new genre. Copyright. Fucking trademark.
But it's actually like, because obviously you've heard artists that have put things in a blender and it doesn't work.
It's very tricky.
So you should all buy it. It will be awesome.
You've got to know what the fuck you're doing. Anyways, go ahead.
Yeah. So this is all about horror. This show.
It's supposed to be. 2 H.P. Lovecraft themed games are coming out soon, and I've got my fucking fingers crossed. Please be good. Like, please, because everything else that I've seen, I mean, there have been some good riffs off of Lovecraft's ideas over the years. I count, like, what's that?
Anchorhead was a text adventure that was extremely Lovecraftian, and that was actually quite good. But that was all text; it wasn't visual.
Mm-hmm. The one that kind of in most recent memory was Stranger Things season 2 seemed to be trying to grasp at the Lovecraftian thing, and they got some of the imagery right, and it was way too boring. Like, it was just way too, let's try to care about these people. Like, no, man, like, that's not, I don't know, man. You're supposed to feel dread the entire fucking time, and it just gets worse and worse. Whereas I think their ideas were more like I don't know. It felt like the good guys were going to win the whole time.
Yeah. Here's an interesting tidbit for you. I'm sure you've seen pictures of Cthulhu before.
Oh, of course.
Lovecraft sketched Cthulhu, and he actually supposed to have 6 eyes, not 2.
6 eyes? Yeah, I mean, that's definitely more terrifying.
Yes, but people like 2 so he can have human expressions.
Yeah, well,
even though
I'm okay with riffing, and I'm okay with it, but if he had made it an actual artist rendition of what it's supposed to look like, then I think you stick with that, don't you?
Well, yeah, but what I'm saying, people like to make him have human expressions, whereas Lovecraft is like, no, he's beyond human. This is, you don't expect an octopus to look like a human, do you? Hey, octopus is smiling.
Yeah, happy Cthulhu.
Smiley octopus.
God, I read, I think it was in Necronomicon, the actual pronunciation of Thulu is like Thulu. Like it's really,
Yeah, it's supposed to be like you're coughing.
yeah, like Thulu. It's very, very bizarre. But I'm not going to go around saying Call of Thulu. I'm not doing it.
Yeah,
I'm not.
that's the it's beyond the human. It's not supposed to sound human. So
I'm not. I'm not doing it. I'm using modern parlance. Fuck you,
I have read
HP.
Lovecraft's letters about that.
And wouldn't you just love to go totally autistic on somebody over, like, oh man, I totally love H.P. Lovecraft, Call of Cthulhu's, and you're just like, dude, fucking poser, fuck you, get out of here. It's Thulu. Fucking, you're gay.
Well, that's because Lovecraft actually wrote a lot of letters, and so his letters are actually like read by like people. You know, he was one of the prolific letter writers of the 20th century. He would write pages upon pages of story ideas and stuff and send them to his friends. So his letters are just as interesting as the stories he wrote.
I don't recall, was he a drug user?
No, he was not a drug user.
Even alcohol? No alcohol?
Oh no, he was a teetotaler. He even wrote an anti-alcohol story once because his friend was like, "I want to try alcohol," so he wrote an anti-alcohol story just for him.
Yeah, I do recall the Puritan kind of background and beliefs that he held, even though they seemed to torture him. Like,
Yeah, it was.
He would acknowledge the doldrum of it all, but still do it. You know,
it would be an interesting. Yeah, he would have this. He would make fun of it, almost, and then have these beliefs. It's like, wait,
remind you of anybody?
Everyone
Who
who ever lived.
lived? Who did that living?
Seriously, like everyone. I mean, I do the same thing. I'll admit it.
Yeah, of course.
You do it.
You know what? I do it, but there's also things that I call out that I genuinely believe are degenerate and that I would never do. It's a mixed bag, really.
I was waiting for you to say, "No, I don't do it. Fuck that. I'm pure as the driven snow."
I am pure as the driven snow, as the color of my favorite thing. No, I'm kidding.
The pure of the piss snow.
White pea. I have white pea.
Ow.
You know what? That's awful. We're getting off into the weeds here. Let's find some fucking creepypasta. I'm looking at creepypasta.com. I can't be more generic. And I would like to add that. I would like to add real quick that if we're going to just read some, we need to pause here and there to add commentary, because I don't want to just, these people worked hard on these. I don't want to just totally, gank their shit and read it without, kind of the fair use thing.
Obviously, I mean, and plus if they're shit, then, we should make fun of the fact that
that's the best part.
Some of them don't work hard on them. You may think I'm a degenerate, but I was reading mind control porn the other day.
Mind control porn.
Yes.
So, like the Men in Black coercing fucking sex slaves. Let's.
Yeah, pretty much, or robots.
MK Ultra.
But the interesting thing is, though, that some of them have really good plot. Like, some of them are really good plot and really well written. Others are, trashy as hell. But some of them are actually they actually have concepts that make you think. Besides, mind control is a topic that's interested me for years. Yeah, MK.
Hi there. Did somebody call for a good brainwashing? I am here.
MK.
And he takes off his lab coat.
Like MK Ultra porn with brainwashing acid.
Okay, so
I think I just killed him.
I found one here. This could be interesting. The Secret Doctors of NASA, a dentist's discovery. What? Just seems so. No, you know what? Halloween is not for sci-fi. It's actually officially Halloween where I am now, but it is.
It's Hallows Eve. It's all Hallows Eve. It's funny because there's actually two metal bands. One's called Halloween, and the other, I shit you not, October 31.
Because they couldn't. They probably came second.
Well, yeah, they did come second. I know who does October 31 is King Fowley. His real name is Kingsley. How awesome is that? I'm King Fowley, bitches. But he also does Deceased in a couple other bands. But yeah, October 31. It's pretty much good old fashioned heavy metal. Nothing too special about it. Nothing too groundbreaking. Just good old heavy metal.
Good old. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
Nope, nothing wrong with that.
No, that's, just to go off in the weeds a little bit here. I think it's been long enough now to where I can say I'm a little pretty much. I don't know as much as you do or your average metalhead, but I'm pretty comfortable with the genre now. And the one thing that I struggled with for a while is, metal is metal. Like, it's kind of a formula, and you don't want to mess with it too much. You know what I'm trying to say?
You don't want to add too many outside influences to certain types of metal because then it becomes a clusterfuck.
It's not metal anymore. It loses.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I understand what the elitist. I understood back then, but I think I have more of like I can nod to the elitist more. Like, yeah, you do you. Well, I mean, I'm not in the whole genre whoring thing, but I get it. I understand it.
Define genre whoring.
Where you jump down everyone's ass just because of this or that or the other. Like, you can't deal with any outside influence at all in any project, or it's gay.
I know all the genre names, and I do, but I mean, what I say is, like, when I say something's not metal, it's not even that I'm passing judgment on their music quality. When I say Infant Annihilator isn't metal, or when I say Korn isn't metal, I don't like either of those bands. But when I say they're not metal, I'm not even saying, I'm not judging their music quality. What I'm saying is that too many outside influences to be metal.
I think the way I look at it is I can judge a music's actual mechanics, like the thought that went behind creating it, and call it what it is. Well, I mean, without being like a hipster about it.
I could hear like, oh, that music, it has more in common with this or that. So, yeah. You get all offended.
Yeah, people who get all offended, that's always fun. I don't, people make fun of me over. This is one thing that's changed about me since we last did a stream. One thing that's changed about me is self-deprecation has entered. I no longer
self-deprecating.
I no longer think I'm special, or that it's all gone now.
Special ed.
Yeah, maybe I'm special ed. Yeah.
Well, yeah, we haven't done the stream since I believe March.
Has it been that long? Holy shit. Yeah. Dude, I avoided the internet like a plague for like, I don't know, a month. And then before that too, though, I really wasn't interested.
I remember during the time I got banned on one account, and I was like, "Oh shit, he doesn't know." I get banned. That's what I do.
It's fun. If you haven't been on Facebook, Joey, fuck off. Ooh, I found one. It's called Blood Magic. I mean, Blood Magic. It seems more Halloween. It seems more satanic.
Let's hope.
I do see a pentagram. So. Well, actually, it's the pentacle. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Why would you use the pentacle? If you're gonna,
a pentacle is also a symbol, though.
It is a symbol, but it doesn't look nearly as evil as the pentagram.
Well, yeah, but also to also be a little bit. I mean, the pentagram's so overused these days. Fucking, Christians have been using it.
We can get into that kind of shit some other time. Okay, so I'm gonna stop every this person writes like I do, which is annoying. Oh no. Oh no. There's no paragraphs. Oh no.
If you
Folks,
want horror,
don't write like me. What?
I was actually watching a necrophagia, not a concert, but how do I put this? A long form sort of music video that they did in like 99 or so, which is 28 minutes of pure horror that I'm surprised is on YouTube. I was watching that stuff now.
Not to get too sidetracked here, but have you been having fun with how Nazi our fucking social media platforms are getting?
Well, yeah, I got banned for posting Bound for Glory in a punk group. I mean, he asked what kind of oi I liked, so I posted some oi. I don't care that it's a Nazi punk band. I just, it was oi. So I got banned for that.
Dude, and people just keep getting, like, it's getting to the point where it's no longer social media companies who are getting on Nazi. The actual hosts who host they're getting crazy now too.
Yeah,
dude, people are just gonna have to build their own internet.
Are you surprised my Facebook cover hasn't been reported yet?
That's another funny thing is there's people getting banned left and right, yet there's a million trillion other offensive as hell things going on all the time. It's the fucking internet. I think Google knows it's out of control, that they can't get a real control on it, but they have to like try to appease everyone. So they're sacrificial lambs and shit.
My Facebook cover, for those who don't know, is the cover for the first Carcass album.
I saw it.
I asked Jim, I said, do you think I'll be able to put this on my thing and get away with it? His answer was no. So I said, okay, post.
Yeah. How long has it been now?
I created this thing in like mid-October, so over 3 weeks.
So the technocrats have not caught Elliot yet, but
it's gotten to the point where I don't even care, like if I get banned or not. It's not something I particularly care about,
Well, we can have this discussion. Let's read this fucking creepypasta here. Let's see if it even comes close here, because creepypastas. Everyone knows that you really got to dig to find the good stuff. I mean, it's not the greatest hobby to have in the world, but it can be very rewarding.
Well, why do you think
let's
I
go
like
ahead
5-hour creepypasta compilations? Because every now and then you find something good.
Yeah. Okay, so this one's entitled Blood Magic. It was written on October 22nd, 2018, so not very old at all. It was rated 8.2 out of 10 from 214 people. And this is on the website creepypasta.com/blood-magic/. And it was written by Tobias Wade.
Okay, Toby.
Come on, Toby. Write me a good one here. All right, I'm going to begin. Actually, Elliot, would you like the link to this so that maybe you can follow along? Or I guess I could just be your narrator.
I can't follow along because the screen reader would just drown you out.
Yeah, that was kind of stupid of me to say that because I'm essentially your screen reader. Okay, let's begin. I was almost friends with the monster when I was 11 years old. It's already gay. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm friends with that.
It's already gay.
Yes, I know.
That we can't read it anymore. I'm done. Sorry, Tobias. We're done here. Back. That was the gayest start to any scary story I've ever heard.
Fill time.
Should we send him emails? Should we troll this motherfucker?
Yes.
Hold on a second. Let me see if I can find him.
I'm gonna open up Watch Together just to sort of have some to people to look at.
Oh, sure. I don't care. Make sure it's What? Who am I kidding?
Make
I'm
sure
never
it's
gonna
what?
make any.
Say it.
Make sure it's something we can use without getting any bullshit from YouTube. But what am I thinking? Uh, they're gonna get me if they're gonna get me, right?
So an IndyCar.
So,
Did you see that crash I sent you?
no, I did not. No, I
That
did not.
happened.
I think what would be our avatars are kind of Halloween in and of themselves, like a rich fucking capitalist pig with a cigar and this creepy mummy dude with the funny looking troll smile sitting on a bed that I have.
Well, it's fun. That's the whole thing about the pig. Is you're probably a lot more capitalistic than I am. I'm still not. I'm not
I
anti.
definitely am.
I'm still not completely anti-capitalistic. But come on, that is a funny picture.
It is. It is a good picture. I love the one I have. I need to change up the rendering of it a little bit so that maybe I don't steal it from the dude who made it, whoever made this. I need to change it up and make it my own thing.
See, I get away with that because Alpha Omega said let Jim use this, so I get
I
away with
know that is one of the coolest pieces of lore behind Swine Brothers. That Alpha Omega Sin is in at least tangentially involved. It's fucking cool as hell. That dude's a cool motherfucker. I like that guy.
Oh yeah, he seems pretty nice, and like I said, I'm gonna open up Watch Together here. Just give me a second. We can watch stuff if we can't find any pastas, or let's give people something to look at rather than just the pig and the mummy. Ugh, I don't want to. I don't want to even think about that. That's disgusting. Are you still there? Oh, shit.
I muted myself. I'm
Oh, you're
sorry.
still there. Okay. Like what the
I'm
fuck?
look. I'm gonna be. I'm gonna look for just a static kind of background image of something creepy looking.
Oh god, Watch Together is annoying. Wow, that's loud. Okay. Watch Together has started to play random trendy videos whenever you create your room. Because that's what they think you want to.
The fuck is this?
What?
These videos are designed to fix burnt images and dead pixels. What the fuck? It's creepy. I don't want it.
A power?
I don't want it. I don't
Is it
want
like white power or what?
it. No, it's like a static image. It's called screen repair, and I don't trust it at all. Seems more like something to hurt you. Like, I'm trying to just find some like long ass video of creepy images. Creepy images.
Just well, I don't. Just do the necrophagia through the eyes of the dead video.
Necrophagy.
You want creepy images?
Eyes of dead. There's some the dead video. Okay, yeah, I can just put that on repeat.
Well, it's 28 minutes long, so yeah.
Okay. Gonna get a copyright strike for sure. I haven't even got Watch Together open yet.
Good.
Hey. This is a shit show for shit people, so don't worry about it.
Whatever. No one watches this.
Exactly.
Just let me get a thing here. Okay. So, what do you think about the guitars? Or what do you think about Slayer posting? Tom Araya from Slayer posting conservative messages on his Facebook page.
You know what I think? that the world's going to end because of it. That's what I think.
Yeah, everyone's freaking out about that.
Honestly, I could kind of tell a little bit. So, get over it, people. Whatever. Shut the fuck up.
Okay, if
doesn't bother me one little bit.
Yeah, well, yeah, me neither. Okay, if you're interested, Watch Together is right there.
Okay, you're gonna drive it this time.
I'm gonna drive it. Tell me when you're on.
All right. Are you screen sharing? Or do you want me to?
I can't screen share. I don't know how.
Because
That's stupid.
Because of stupid. Yes.
All right, tell me when you're there. I'll play.
Application window. Where the fuck is it? There it is. Share. Sharing the video. All right.
Video?
The video.
All right. Shall I play?
And they're not going to get a... Yeah, go ahead. But they are not going to get a full screen image because I need to read still.
Okay.
So they can fuck off.
Oh,
our audience of nobody can fuck right off. Because we're just too edgy to care.
I am so tired of Watch Together being stupid. Okay, here we go. This is a crash you missed.
Oh, God. Oh, God, you're playing... Holy fucking horror show. Jesus Christ. Well, Tony, you all right there, bud?
Yeah, he's still recovering from that.
Oof.
But he's paralyzed at the moment, but we don't know if it's temporary or permanent. But fuck, at least he got out of it alive.
Damn.
You know what I mean?
Tim, at least what?
At least he got out of it alive. I mean, that was one of those crashes that...
Direct hit into the wall. Ouch. No padding. You don't get any padding, sir.
I mean, what saved his life was... Yeah.
Sir, you don't get to bounce off another car. You're hitting directly into the wall. Thank you. Thank you.
Don't get to.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. No, sir. You need to go away now. We're done doing business here. Here's the wall. Crash into it. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Oof. God damn, dude. If that Fittipaldi crash was no joke either.
Pietro Fittipaldi at Spa, that one, yeah.
It's funny. We got a horror show themed fucking show and we're watching crashes.
Yeah, right. I miss doing that though.
Okay, horror show. What the aerobic video?
That wasn't me. It did that itself.
Let's just watch this.
God damn it. Pause it. Pause it. Get rid of it. Get rid of it.
Gay. This is super gay. Very, very gay. All the gay. All the gay.
Please.
All the gay. All the gay. All the gay, gay, gay. Turn it off. Elliot, turn it off. Please help. My brain is melting. I'm gay.
That's
okay, that has to end. I was gonna kill something.
I can't. I couldn't actually hear a word you were saying because it was so loud. God damn it! I hate
nice.
I hate you.
It's very easy to do.
Let's see. I'm trying to find a drag racing crash.
I'm trying to read this goddamn creepypasta.
God damn.
Tales from the Gas Station, Part 7. We're not reading that motherfucker.
Tales from the Gas... That's a porn.
Here's another porn. Wildling fever. That's some spicy shit right there.
Yeah, right.
The monster in the pantry. Okay, are we reading Goosebumps novels here?
What?
It's called The Monster in the Pantry.
Oh, that one's retarded.
This sounds retarded,
Turns out it's
doesn't it?
Okay, fine. It turns out it's the spirit of a dog, and he takes it as his pet.
Dude, I remember when I was a kid, you know, those cheesy horror novels they wrote for kids back in the day.
Yeah.
There was a, kind of a Goosebumps ripoff. I don't remember what it was even called, but the story was about the internet, like, taking over this kid's mind and driving him crazy. And it was genuinely scary. Like, it was genuinely, like, I had nightmares for weeks because of that fucking book. Yeah, it fucking scared the shit out of me, man. And that's right when fucking AOL came out. Here we go.
I miss AOL. He won the race, but he destroyed his car.
He didn't crash too bad, though.
No, but that's just sort of a warm up.
Still suck, though.
He did sort of explode.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Damn. Too much pressure.
When those things catch fire, it's a huge. I mean, this is sort of horror in a way. If you like cars, you should be crying.
If you like fire.
Yeah, right?
If you like carnage and destruction.
Let's see.
All right, I have to mute that.
Shitbox of Doom.
The shitbox of doom? What?
That's a car. Someone named the car the Shitbox of Doom.
I like it.
That is just the best name ever.
I found another one called A Shattered Life. It seems more like, I don't know. I'll check it out.
What do you call it?
It's worth our
Doom.
14-minute read.
So, how about killing people? Isn't that fun?
Well, if I could find one about killing people, I would read it.
Killing people.
Killing people creepypasta. Here, I'll try it. People creepypasta.
What else?
I think my 10-year-old daughter is killing people.
That wasn't that scary. That's the problem with these stories. They're just not scary. They're funny. The 10-year-old daughter one was hilarious, but it wasn't scary. It wasn't like, ah, it was more like, aww.
I think there's a whole like subgenre, isn't there? The I think kind.
Yeah. But I mean, if I mean, aw, 10-year-old killing people. That's, touching.
Terrifying, creepy. I'm just gonna get generic with this shit because it's usually where the good stuff is.
Dead.
Like if you want something that people think is truly scary, you'll usually find at least one or two.
The greatest fear of all is fear of the unknown.
Yeah, but we're just looking shit up. You gotta find a story that's about the fear of the unknown or some shit. No, thank you. I don't want.
Yeah, right.
I don't want ads. What's that?
That's the problem, though. Is like we don't know, and creepypastas are such that anyone could write them.
Yes.
Yeah. Why aren't we writing ours?
Okay. Well, this is a list of 17 terrifying creepypastas. Okay. Of course, number one is, it's the Slender Man. 2 is Candle Cove. Meh.
Eh. Eric likes Candle Cove. I
I
never.
know he does. I
I
never
thought
got
it
that
was
one.
okay.
Robert the Doll. Okay, I think
Whatever.
I've seen that before. Robert the Doll is a story, a
Boring.
creepypasta. Uh, a Nasi's Goat Man story. Huh. Based on a Native American legend, this creepypasta was really originally found on 4chan's paranormal board. Maybe that's where we need to go. 4chan. We're going to 4chan.
Oh, this is the one I wanted to show you. This is the worst way to win a race.
Do I need to be watching Watch Together right now? And that looked like it hurt.
Well, he won the race. Papa John's replay. Shit, shit, shit. I'm driving a car that happens to be on fire.
Well,
The best part is he came back from that, won the next race.
all right. All
But it
right.
sounds
All
like
right. Crashes, but creepypastas. You're the one who went ADD on me this time.
no,
That's usually me.
no. I'm just trying to.
That's usually me.
I'm just trying to fill time. But the problem with creepypastas is I would have to. We would have to like plan it out and look at them beforehand.
Well, okay. How about this then? No matter which one I pick next, we're gonna read it. If it's shit, we're just gonna have to suffer through it.
Well, yeah, that was my plan.
The pocket watch. That's what I'm picking. A haunted pocket watch.
Oh God.
All right. When I was a child, there was nothing to eat ever. I'm gonna be ad-libbing too, probably. I was the eldest of 5, so it was my job to make sure that I always let my brothers and sisters eat before me. War was never inching toward from the coast. As it marched closer, our food grew scarcer. Animals fled the area, or were slaughtered and consumed in panic by the other families in our village. Animal Holocaust.
Damn it.
My father was wise and cautious man, so we waited to slaughter our 2 chickens until the fall. When grass and tree bark had become too hard to find and inedible, the other families knew that we had chickens, and father stayed up all night every night to watch over them. He had to kill at least one boy from the neighboring town who had gone mad with hunger and tried to burn down our small home with a burning branch.
Did he actually go mad with hunger, or was he just bored?
I'm sorry?
Well, did he actually go mad with hunger, or was he just bored?
We don't care. He's dead now.
He's
When
dead.
the chickens were not but bones, and the bones had grown brittle and porous from the mother's many soups, my parents sent my 2 eldest siblings and I out to collect bugs and field mice for supper. We were hungry, but not quite starving, until one morning we woke to the first frost and there was nothing alive left to eat. My parents began to discuss the inevitable. Perhaps my father should go to the coast and sell his father's pocket watch to one of the drunken but well-paid soldiers. It was the only thing we had of value, and the only family heirloom my father had to pass down to me, who he got from a man who shoved it up his ass.
That's not the inevitable. That's not even close to the inevitable. The inevitable is Joey's not really going to amount to anything, is he?
I was thinking the same thing.
Right? I was like, ooh.
But maybe this author here is a little bit more clever than we're getting credit for right now. Maybe he was just teasing there. I don't know. We'll give him a chance.
You're hoping.
I'm hoping. So far, I'm not thinking this is immediately gay, like I was that first one. That first one was just awful.
Read Blood Magic. Blood Magic could be awesome. I will read it later and see what happens.
I won't. I'll try to get over the first sentence. It just put me off immediately.
I'm friends with monsters, though I wasn't until I was about 15. I was the monster until then.
Do you know why it put me off? Is it read like the title to a children's novel.
It read like a title to a children's novel. I agree. It read like the episode of Rugrats or something.
Yeah. Yeah. I have friends who are monsters. And there's it's a fucking little paperback 3-year-old book. I didn't want to go to him. I was afraid war would arrive and he was gone, and I was too young and too weak to protect my mother and younger siblings. I begged him to stay, but he insisted he would be all right and promised me to be back within 2 weeks. I was so scared that when he and mother were outside preparing his satchel, I smashed the pocket watch under my foot and placed it back in my father's half-rotted desk. Little fucker. Get your ass kicked for shit like that.
Yeah, right. You know what? Maybe little Billy should be cannibalized.
Yeah, honestly, if you would have got your way, Billy, we all would be dead. So,
food. If your dad dies, then whatever. Then your whole family, whatever.
You're fucked anyways, you little shit.
Yeah, you're fucked anyways.
Over the pocket watch.
Yeah.
My mother cried for days. Father did his best to comfort her as I watched them peel the leather from my father's boots and boil the hide for dinner. The next night, mother found a dead rat and boiled away the disease with the new fallen snow from outside. The next evening, she filled our bellies with rat bones and more melted snow.
See, I would have gone with who did this? You did this? This is good dinner. Can I have another? Vladimir cutlet?
If you were writing a comedy one, yeah.
No.
Yeah, for sure.
No.
That wouldn't be that scary immediately, though. You got to build up some tension first.
Well, it's not so much scary as it is just what would happen. Okay, you broke our one means of survival, and we need to survive, and you're made out of meat.
Therefore, you must die.
It's not so much comedy as it was what actually happened.
Well, maybe that is what happens. We don't know yet.
And wait a minute. They killed a boy, and they didn't eat him. These people
didn't eat him.
These people
deserve to die.
Yes.
Well, if this is like Back on the Prairie, then absolutely they deserve to die.
This is more like Russia or whatever. You can tell this is more like Russia or something.
My little brother Albert kept everyone awake at night, crying over his hunger. He begged for all the things we'd eaten when we had a garden and animals: beef, stew, white rolls, succulent corn, and spiced lamb. He made all of our stomachs moan and torture us, and soon I screamed at him to be quiet while my mother sobbed from her room. Shut up, you little shit!
I would have just been like, be quiet. Oh God, he's gonna eat me.
I could see maybe punching somebody in the face to get him to shut up about that. If I'm dying of hunger,
someone in the throat could just make him shut. Just boom.
Yeah, could you imagine you're suffering from hunger and some little shit keeps going on about steak and taters
or spiced lamb? Spice.
Yeah, that deserves a throat punch.
That deserves a throat punch.
Father stroked Albert's hair. Oh, whoa now. Whoa. What's happening?
Read it.
Father stroked Albert's hair for hours and then went back into his mother's bedroom.
Oh.
Whoa, PG.
When they
guys.
said father, did they really mean like Father Mark?
Oh no. Step, the step family here.
No, I mean like priest Mark, Father Mark,
No,
Catholic.
no. Yeah, I get you, but like all the like stepbrother, stepfather porn and shit that's out there.
Yes, I've read some of it. It's always funny when people are like, "Wait, you read?" It's like, yeah, whatever. It's. I never think about it, but it's. I think it's
well,
hilarious.
well, guys, we were getting kind of into that story there, getting scared and stuff. But then Elliot said he read fucking stepsister porn, and we all decided to hang ourselves.
Sorry, sorry. It is a pretty depressing story, though. Sorry, guys. I hate life. I mean, it was.
Anyways, oh god,
Continue, please. I'm sorry.
I haven't even finished the third sentence of this fucking thing here. I'm gonna start from the top. Father stroked Albert's hair for hours and then went back into his mother's bedroom, shutting the door behind him. The next two words are almost impossible to read without laughing,
No,
but
I
I'm
want to
gonna try.
fucking
I'm
go.
gonna try.
Go.
Albert moaned and
Okay, well, it's funny. And just imagine these people starving. Come on,
oh,
try harder.
imagine gore porn happening here. They start fucking and eating each other at the same time.
Yes, that's also funny.
You guys are awfully touchy feely. I see a solution to all of your problems all at once right here.
Gore porn.
Okay, I'm gonna start from the top one more time and
Oh
try
no!
not to laugh.
Stop. Just continue with Albert Moan.
Father stroked Albert's hair for hours and then went back into his mother's bedroom, shutting the door behind him. Albert moaned until the thin light of dawn peeked through the threadbare curtains.
Just keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going.
I could hear Father in his room tinkering with the watch. Okay. Whew. My hunger had long worn out, and my fear of soldiers and I silently prayed that he could repair it.
You broke it, you little brain little. Seriously,
I told you not to touch this, you little fucker.
Billy Cutlet.
Like, and like, well, back in the old fucking cartoons, when someone was really hungry, they'd look at the other character and they'd turn into like a fucking leg of lamb.
Yeah. Wait, see that because I mean that literally happened in if you did something like that, yeah, you would be eaten because you imperiled the family.
Yeah, but also alongside that would be all the emotions behind I want to eat my baby.
Go to North Korea. There are no emotions. It's literally just
dude, some of the videos I've seen of cannibalism or just the way in which people will cook animals in other cultures is so outside of it feels alien to watch it.
I still love that scene in Cannibal the Musical. No, it was don't cut there. What do you mean? That's his butt. I thought you were hungry. Yeah, but I don't want butt.
Yeah, but I don't want butt. That is a great fucking movie. That is a great fucking movie, man.
Thank the bastard. Yes, that is fuck. Jim would love that movie.
I think anybody who with a sense of humor who even laid eyes upon that movie would laugh their ass off.
Well, yeah.
But anyways,
I also like the really dark subject matter, and then a song like "Hang the Bastard."
Yeah. I like everything about that movie too. Father worked on the pocket watch all through the day and into the night. Celia had found dead crickets in the walls of the abandoned bakery, and as we ate them, Father emerged from his bedroom with Mother right behind. Whoa. The smile on his face... Whoa now. The smile on his face was one I had almost forgotten, as I'd not seen it since the day my youngest sister was born. He told us that he had repaired grandfather's watch, and that he'd... Oh shit, lost my place because I scrolled. He told us that he had repaired the grandfather's watch and that he'd heard of a soldier encampment nearby. 3 days, he promised us. 3 days, and I will return with carrots, lamb, and a roll so big they'll fill our bellies for a year. Ho, ho, ho.
So, I wonder if he knew who broke the pocket watch. Because if he knew who broke it, he wouldn't be smiling. He'd be going, "I had to fix your shit, you little..."
So they didn't write in whether the kid put the fucking watch back or not, did they? I don't remember anything.
What happened?
Like, I don't think that he could have found out because they didn't really address it in this. Like,
no, but all of a sudden the watch is broken. Someone had to have broken it.
So why wouldn't he have asked? You know? Yeah, I mean, you know what? This is a creepypasta that somebody threw together. You know,
Shout out, you mean?
It needs to be. There's some filler that it needs. Needs some more detail.
Yes, because pocket watches just tend to sort of break. I mean
by themselves. Yeah, haunted ones especially.
Yeah, well, yeah, and I'm not going to ask anyone or.
Dude, if this story ends up being about a pocket watch that won't stay fixed. So they can sell it, I'm gonna be really mad.
This strikes me as someone who doesn't like. This strikes me as something that Tristan or Anarcha could have written.
I mean, I think there's the beginnings of something here.
Okay, well, yeah, obviously. Let's continue. I'll be nice.
Yeah, well, just quit being such a douche all the time, forever. Like
no. I like it.
I'm just being a dick. I'm just being a dick.
Fuck you, cock. Bob.
Yeah.
Cock. What does it stand for?
You know you want to.
Ah!
Everyone does. No, it's not just you. It's everyone. It's everyone. Everyone feels that way.
Allen. Fuck you. Yeah, you can fuck me if you want to.
That is the best reply you could possibly give. No, man, come on.
Yeah.
You really want to?
Yeah.
Let's do this shit. No, man, really? Really? Oh, wow. I'm not gay, but we can fuck.
Oh, God, no.
Dude, you would get your ass kicked by 99% of the people.
We can't even do scary properly.
Well, that's why I call this kind of thing the Shitternet. Everything's
I'm having fun, so I don't care.
Yeah, I don't care either. It's supposed to be shitty. Okay, continuing. We clapped our hands in delight and ran around our small dirt yard with glee that seemed to be a foreign language to us. Father said that we were all to help Mother find beautiful things with which to dress the table. The next morning, he gave us all a piece of rubber, oh God, from the sole of Mother's shoe to chew on and sent us out on our kissing us goodbye and promising to be back before we'd remember he had left. I can't believe I made it through that without laughing.
Come soon.
Oh God. Is this what this is going to be? We just read stories and see all the innuendo in it and announce it loudly like fucking 12-year-old idiots.
I'm sorry. No, I had my cousin was over here a couple weeks.
That's awesome.
I was watching he was watching SpongeBob, and I was putting new dialogue into the no, don't fuck yourself. So I started laughing, and no one understood what I was laughing about. Like, why he's actually laughing at a kid's show. And it wasn't a kid's show. It was the dialogue I was putting in a kid's show.
You know what? SpongeBob, though, on occasion gets real touchy. Like, oh my God, you guys, like, what are you doing? Like,
That well, that's why kids shows. I mean, they do that to basically keep the adults from driving a fork into their brain.
yeah, but I know, but like that goes all the way back to Bugs Bunny. But there's certain shows like Ren and Stimpy was one of them where you were like, oh my God.
What this?
Huh?
How did they get? Yeah, you're like, how did they get away with this?
Yeah, exactly. It's like I love Ren and Stimpy, don't get me wrong, but once I grew up and was an adult and saw it again, I looked back on that time in my life like, dude, did they brainwash me into being a piece of shit or something? Like, that is awful to show to a kid.
Well, at the same time, though, when I watched it, I was like, wow, people think like I think. I wasn't like it was actually sort of good for me because I was like, wow, people think like I think. I don't feel like I'm such an aberration anymore. So,
I just laughed my ass off
but
the whole time. That show is fucking tears laughing.
I can't help but see
Ren and Stimpy.
thing. Yes, I can't help but see innuendo and put profanities in things.
It is fun.
It's just
fun.
My,
you know what's great about innuendo? You can make it as dirty or as innocent as you want.
I sort of
everyone can relate to it unless they're a complete fucking idiot prude.
I sort of like humor. Like, don't get me wrong. I like innuendo that's as but I like it when it's innuendo when it's like oh yes, I'll come soon and I'm over there laughing my ass off and everyone's like, wait, comes. Oh my God.
Why are you laughing? Oh God. Yeah. That's what I mean. That's what I mean. Like someone could say like a whole group of people can be in a serious conversation and someone could be suddenly laughing their ass off. All it takes is for someone to go, why are you laughing? Oh.
There's a scene of Mystery Science Theater 3000, and they didn't explain the joke because they don't need to, but it was a movie Squirm, the movie called Squirm. It was two Southerners, and the mother, the daughter is going to meet his her date, and the mother says, well, what if he doesn't come? And Crow, the robot, goes, Mom, and that's the joke.
Oh God.
And everyone's like, I'm like, I'm over there laughing my ass off.
There's a scene.
That's not your.
There's a scene in Beavis and Butthead, one of the earlier episodes, where they're in class and it's sexual education, and all the little innuendo, like the non-obvious innuendo, I should say. Beavis and Butthead were back there laughing and making comments about it, and then the teacher, who was the military guy, came up there like, "What's so funny, Beavis and Butthead? Today we're going to be talking about the penis and the vagina." And they're sitting there like snot running out their nose, trying not to laugh because if they're they're in trouble. It's a great scene. I love that little scene in Beavis and Butthead.
That show was great at innuendos and great at getting, as TV shows would call it, crap past the radar.
Yeah, Beavis and Butthead's fucking legendary, dude. I really have to hand it to Mike Judge too, as just as a creator. I mean, I don't know about the guy, but the shit he's created is fucking legendary.
Well, I hate it.
All but King of the Hill. Like it either. There's a few characters and a few little things here and there that are clever and good, but overall, that was his cash in.
Yes,
that was his.
Let's continue with the pocket watch. We've just
okay. We had such fun that day, gathering horseshoes and shreds of broken glass. Why the fuck would? Okay, stop.
Just shreds of broken glass, and then stuck it into our eyes.
Yeah, we had such fun that day, gathering horseshoes and shards of broken glass. We threaded bits of twine through the horseshoes to hang above the table and tied the glass to the ends. Okay. That's actually pretty cool. Hoping we would shimmer in the lamplight, we returned home at sunset, happy with our day's work and eager to return to it tomorrow. We weren't yet inside of the home when I first smelled it. Onions, chicken broth, spiced lamb, even the sweets. I ran as fast as I could, dropping our table dressings carelessly along the way in my maddening pursuit for food. I burst through the door to find my mother at the stove, preparing our meal in quiet reverence. I threw my arms around her and asked Father if Father was home already. Oh God. Yes, my love, he is. He had the fortunate chance of meeting a wealthy mercenary on the road who was only happy to buy your grandfather's watch.
And then he killed him.
Oh gosh. Did he did 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 the pocket watch do some magical thing to where they switched bodies or something?
I don't know. I was just making a mercenary joke. Ugh. You and your
Angry because that flew over my head and I didn't want to admit it, but I ain't going to. Shut the fuck up. Motherfucker. Elliot.
We do these streams, fun shit happens. That's why I miss doing these. Because we just go at each other all the time.
Where I lost my place. I got so mad. No, I'm just kidding.
Fuck off.
Okay. I hugged her even tighter and sat down at the table as my brothers and sisters came spilling through the doorway. They found their places quickly, hungry, expectant looks upon their faces. Father came out the bedroom and took his seat at the end of the table as Mother brought over a steaming platter of spiced boiled lamb. She nodded to us and we filled our hands with the rich meat. Oh my God. Hardly bothering with our plates.
You're sick.
I didn't write this. I'm not responsible for... Wait. What's going on here? What's happening? Distraction. After dinner, we were sent to bed with full tummies. Barely a word of having been said by anyone since our food had been set on the table. We ate our fill the next night and the next day, and the next night. But as our food stocks started to dwindle, so did Mother's health. Each day bled more out of her until we were left fighting over scraps of raw meat while our mother lay weak and wilting nearby. So she forewent nourishment to feed her kids. Good mom. The first night I went without food was the night that the hazy, happy ether began to lift and my memories of the past few days became confusing. Uh-oh. Oh, there's some spicy shit's about to happen, I think.
Dun, 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 dun.
I recalled that the spiced lamb I'd consumed with such ferocity had actually been sickly sweet, and the accompaniments I had first smelled afar had never been brought to the table. What?
Well, basically hallucinations.
Okay. I couldn't remember Mother eating anything in all the days since Father had returned. Instead, she sat quietly next to us on the table, staring at the pile of gray meat we consumed with such fervor. And Father, I couldn't recall hearing his voice since the morning he had left for the soldier encampment. His chair had sat empty, night after night, and as the peripherals of my memory formed shape, I couldn't be entirely sure he'd ever been there at all. At least not since the morning he had cut pieces of rubber from Mother's shoe on the table. Frightened and starved, I did not sleep until the darkest hours of the night. The following morning, when Mother emerged from her room, I asked her where Father had gone. She told me he had left to become a soldier and sent us out to peel bark off the bushes in the forest. Father never returned. Perhaps the reason I didn't realize what happened back then was because it was too awful to consider, and I was so very hungry. But Mother died a few days ago, and in death she thrust the truth upon me. From her stock of meager possessions, I was bequeathed a small box that contained nothing more than a shiny, broken pocket watch. Perhaps she wanted me to remember it all. The only hope for our survival is that I'd smashed under my heel. My father's last, loving hug before he sent us to collect dressings for the feast. the overly seasoned gray meat, and the rancid smell that had begun wafting from under mother's door had become more pungent each day. My father sacrificed more for his family than most ever would. I used to lament that I had nothing to remember him by, no family heirloom to pass down to my own children, but now I have his pocket watch, a thing I cannot give to my children. Not because the glass is shattered, not because the gears are cracked. I cannot part with this watch because it is a curse that I must bear, for the shiny contorted metal has never lost sickening smell of that sweet silvery meat. That did get kind of creepy, dude.
Yes, and
Just a little bit. It didn't scare me. It did give me that willy in my belly, that like that little cold feeling that you get when you're scared.
it also made me think you killed your family.
He made them survive.
No, I mean the kid. If the kid had,
No, the mother killed him. The smell was coming from mommy's room.
yeah, no, what I'm saying is if he hadn't smashed the pocket watch.
Oh, yeah, of course, obviously.
Yeah, if he hadn't smashed the pocket watch, none of that would have happened.
Yeah, if he hadn't done that, yeah, exactly.
I was just waiting I was just waiting for the mother's ghost to come back. You killed me.
Oh God, you know what? You know, to do really gross, gory horror like that and make it actually scary, you have to really take your time with it. Like,
yeah,
it has to be an event that stands out from the rest of the story. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it just really happened. I mean, things happened, but they sort of didn't.
well, I felt the ending was definitely rushed.
Yeah,
there was a lot more building that needed to happen.
The beginning was right. There were more plot holes and inconsistencies in this. There were more plot holes in the story than a fucking 90-year-old porn star.
I think it's a good start, though.
And she has.
I hope the person fleshes it out.
Who wrote this?
We've got written by G.K. Walker.
Okay, G.K. Walker, flesh it out. Flesh
it.
Or
hey,
G.K.,
you need to flesh it out. Oh. Yeah. Whoa. Whoa. Bad touch. Bad touch.
Wow.
Bad touch. We need an adult.
Wow. I'm scared now.
There was just a little bit of good kind of creepy stuff in there. Overall, it's not going to be remembered.
It's not good enough for me to remember it.
All right.
I have
always be nice.
What?
What now?
I have some stories that I like, but they're really long. What were you saying?
Oh, I was just going to start reading the next one, but we don't have to.
Well, we can read it.
All right. Always be nice. What?
I said I'm here.
Oh. We'll stay right there. Creepypasta presents Always Be Nice to Your Neighbors, written by Christine Druga. 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 Interesting last name. Druga.
Probably.
Druga.
Christine.
I wonder if people with that last name get weird about how you pronounce their last name because they don't want to be associated with drugs.
I don't know about that. All I know is if you call me Linda Wood, I'm gonna pop you.
Mr. Lindawood.
Pop. Bob Seacock found murdered.
It'd
be funny if like Robert Cornelius Cock.
Yes. That is my full legal name, by the way.
I know it is, yeah.
Fuck. Oh, Red Dead Redemption 2. Interesting game.
I don't know anything about it other than the name.
It's basically okay. It's Rockstar Games, so it's based off the Grand Theft Auto kind of engine, so to speak. The first Red Dead Redemption, and that's actually based off Red Dead Revolver, but we won't go into that. First Red Dead Redemption is literally GTA, but Western. It's an old Western.
I'm going to.
But it was a lot.
Boss, motherfucker.
I got a snake in my boot. Oh my god. Yeah, that kind of shit. This one though, and I was just playing Shadow Warrior, which is a fast-paced hack and slash, bloody guts, gore everywhere all the time, ninja shit.
Yeah.
And I went into this game expecting rootin', tootin', shootin', hootin' and tootin'. Yeah. But no, it's very much you take control of your character and it feels slow. Everything moves real slow, just like it would back in the day. And you have to enjoy the journey. So like today, they threw a party at my encampment and I could have left, but I started listening to all the banter going on, and you can start singing with people, getting drunk with them, play cards with them.
Banter in video games. Like there's that long scene from Fallout New Vegas with the think tank. And some people are like, why is it so long? I'm like, when they introduce the think tank or whatever, it's like, no, I want these guys to have a show.
Yeah, it's I had to get used to the slow pace of it because of what I had been playing prior to putting in the game.
Yeah, it's like
now I thoroughly enjoy it. It does this thing where there's root tootin' and shooting too. There's action, which is part of the game, and it's really good. But there's all these little rabbit holes you can jump down, just strewn all throughout the map. Just all kinds of shit. What's that?
It's like when you read something like modern horror and then you read Lovecraft. Lovecraft goes extremely slow because
it's very detailed.
Yes. When you read modern horror, it's like, so my name is Robert Cornelius Koch and I was attacked by a zombie and oh my god, I'm a zombie brains. Done.
And oh my god, zombies. Yeah.
Lovecraft would be like,
or I have a haunted pocket watch because I ate my father.
Lovecraft would be like, Robert Cornelius Koch was born in Providence, Rhode Island on September 4th, 1894. He was
the son the pocket watch. The pocket watch Lovecraft style would have been like he would have explained why some dark-sided god decided to make these turn of events happen back in 2 billion BC.
Is a master of both the detail and the non-detail. He knows when to put detail, say, in the scenery, and he knows when to not put detail in, like, the thing that you can't describe, because if you do, because all Earth sanity is a lie.
Well, he's good at writing up to that point. Like,
yes,
he's good at, like, he'll try to figure it out, but once it becomes obvious that you're just going to be driven insane, he lets you know this is the scary part. You know, like he's very clever in that way. I have to agree.
Yes.
Like everything else this is all detail here. Nothing particularly threatening or creepy about it. But now all of a sudden we're going down this rabbit hole and things are getting less and less clear. Things are becoming more mysterious. I'm not able to explain things anymore. Shit's scary. Like he's very good at that.
I'm not able to explain things anymore because it's contradicting all known laws of Earth's sanity because these things are alien. Yeah, that's why I actually have Delphi Books released a complete stories of H.P. Lovecraft book. Has like 115 short stories and some poems and stuff. It's everything he ever wrote.
He's got a massive fucking library, I'm sure.
It's I mean it's mainly short stories, but yeah, it's pretty much like 115. The only ones that they can't do are ones he did with another author, but he pretty much just arranged the paragraphs there. He didn't actually write it. But it even has his ghost written stuff. Like he did a thing with Harry Houdini.
Oh wow, that's interesting.
So it is
definitely he's definitely one of the more interesting characters of his century. I mean,
yes. So anyway,
like he's up there with he's up there with guys like Tesla when it comes to intrigue.
Well, and he made me appreciate Poe. I hated Poe at first because I had to read it in English class, and we had to read Romeo and Juliet, and it's like, and then Poe. It's like, well, fuck, what's the point? But reading Lovecraft, who was influenced by Poe, I suddenly got it.
Yeah. I
You
mean,
know,
I'm not as big of a fan of Poe as I am Lovecraft,
still don't
but
like
still,
Romeo and Juliet though. Fuck them. Like,
Romeo and Juliet.
because we had to read that in English class as well. And I was
Oh,
saying that I'm a fan of Poe, and I'm still not. Fuck them. They killed each other, and they fucking deserve it. Okay, they should have just went fuck you families and just gone away. They killed each other, and they deserved it.
well, I always thought that story was like the tragedy of a life not lived kind of thing.
I always thought the story was the tragedy of youth who don't know how to say fuck parents. But hey,
Yeah, but essentially the same thing. Whatever holds you back from living your life, don't let it fucking kill you.
exactly.
You
Or,
know,
unless
you
the
know
way to live your life
that's
is
why I hate Shakespeare. That's why I hate Shakespeare so much. He has 100 pages to describe to you, hey, don't let people get in your way.
yeah.
Like it's like that's like a PSA from the fucking Enlightenment. You know, like that's like the fucking suicide hotline from back then.
He could have just said, "Yeah, well," but I mean, I also get it. I mean, he was sort of saying things that were sort of novel concepts at the time, so I
I
sort of
bet
get.
he's got some. I've never really dug into Shakespeare. I bet he's got some more interesting stuff
Well,
that I just never considered.
we're also 500 years after, so some of the concepts, like I said, like kids doing their own thing rather than just obeying their parents, was sort of a novel concept at the time.
That's very novel.
So what he was trying to say was, sort of code that. So I don't think we're the right audience.
Do you think, would you say that he had a major contributing factor when it came to the way we rear children because of that story?
I would say I think it helped a little bit. I mean, well, yes and no, because parents still try to get kids to
Yeah, but
follow their footsteps.
to what degree compared to back then, though? I mean,
Well, yeah, I mean, they pretty much gave up on me once they realized that I was a fuck up, and pretty much just let me do what I did. Well, I mean, obviously I'm not exactly, but I'm following my dream, which is what you're not supposed to do in this day and age.
well, if you can't do anything else, fucking follow your dream. Fuck
Exactly.
it.
And my dream is to be an internet jackass.
That is, you know,
Internet.
like I might always have a job, but there is something intrinsically entertaining as fuck about going online and being an asshole and laughing at other assholes, being an asshole to you and you being an asshole. Like, there's something just amazing about that.
The thing about it is, though, I'm never an asshole. Even when I shit post to make a point. It might be an extreme version of my beliefs, but I never like. I know this guy who posts Limp Bizkit is the
No,
greatest band ever.
no, I know I'm gonna get
Just to,
shit on someday because I do just mindlessly talk shit
I know
sometimes
you
because I
do,
think
and
it's funny.
I call you out on it.
See, the thing is, though, I don't really care.
I know
Like,
you
if I
don't.
find if I find something funny, I'm gonna post it.
I no no. I well okay. That's not really what I meant because I post things that are funny as well. But what I mean is like if like Limp Bizkit is the greatest metal band ever, which
Ever.
which is just him being a dick. Whereas when I say like you know anyone who does this, anyone who does this deserves to be burnt alive. I'm saying yes, I don't like people who do this, and whether or not they should be burnt alive is up to you to decide. They should.
I do think some people need to be burned alive,
Like people.
and I kind of want fucking flamethrowers to be available to everyone.
Um, I remember. Do you remember that? I never really watched it, but do you remember that Beavis and Butthead spinoff?
Daria.
Yeah, I never really watched it, but the one episode I did watch, she had written a paper saying that we should get rid of capital punishment and bring back torture.
It'd probably work.
But I was just but she did it as like a sarcastic joke because she's basically high school me, just toned down for the MTV generation. She's basically, if you took my brain, put it in toned it down to teenage level and made it a little more mainstream and put it in a girl's body. Yes, get rid of
Hey, diarrhea.
yeah, right. Get rid of capital punishment, bring back torture. Why not?
I do think capital punishment needs to be rethought. Like, obviously, some people just need to be executed, and I think it's a mistake to hide it.
I think
I'm not saying glorify it, even though that's gonna happen anyways.
No.
But I am saying it's better to show it than it is to hide it.
No, Robert. We got to go the complete fucking opposite. Show it. I want public hangings. I want public hangings of anyone I don't happen to like.
Well, that's
James Labrie, you're dead.
That's for you. Oh God, that could be his final concert. It'll suck all the way up until the moment, but
that's the thing. It's his solo album, which you played. I actually do like it, except for I just don't like his voice.
I think that was better suited for him, but I still don't really enjoy it.
Foreordained's another one. Foreordained, I can't get into his voice because he just reminds me of because he played the Snakes and Barrels guy Metalocalypse. So every time I hear him, I think I'm a chicken. I'm a chicken.
Who?
Foreordained from Nevermore.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know that.
I'm surprised, actually.
I know the Snakes and Barrels little quip that they had, the little song that they had, but
yeah,
that's frankly my least favorite fucking song that they've ever done.
Well, yeah, but it was a hilarious band.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm a chicken.
That whole band / show just keeps growing and growing and growing on me. Like, I just love like that there are genuine moments of damn, this is fucking metal, and there's also genuine moments of them just making fun of it all, and it's such a good, clever mix of it all. I just love that shit. I think they just nailed it. They just absolutely nailed it.
Jim likes the show. He doesn't really like the band. I think musically they're metal junk food, but I can listen to them.
I mean, I think that's kind of the point, though. You don't put Death Clock in to hear a masterpiece. You put Death Clock in to fucking headbang to and laugh at.
See, they got better. They actually got to like more of a serious, musical thing.
I think my favorite album of theirs is the second one.
Which one? Sorry, my screen reader came off just as you started talking. Which was your favorite album?
Death Album 2.
See, yes. See, so my point that I was trying to make was they got the music in the show got a little less memorable because but the music on the albums got a lot more memorable. But you sort of lost that instant hook that the first season had. But I like 3. Actually, 3 is my favorite.
I'll have to, 3 is the one I've listened to the least of. I think the reason I like Death Album 2 the most is I genuinely like the first album. It just feels kind of like thrown together, though.
The first,
and I think it was.
Yeah, it feels.
I think it really was.
Well, no. So it's the song structure. The first album is very verse, chorus, verse, chorus. I'm not saying it's bad. It's basically, but all you need to do is take away the death vocals and some of the down-tuned guitar, and you've got basically hard rock. So
for example, Mermaider on the first one, it's just a funny little mermaid murder song.
But
number 2 is fucking epic.
I did think Going to the Water was epic, though.
That's just epic, period. The music, everything about Going to the Water is epic. Everything about that it just bleeds. It just bleeds. We're the center of attention. Fuck you, metal up the ass. Fuck you.
I just think of
That's
burning
what that
funeral
song
pyre.
is.
That
What's that?
song probably has the wrong lyrics. I just think of burning funeral pyres.
Which one?
Go into the water. I know what the lyrics are about, but whenever I hear the music, I just think of like this like burning fucking funeral pyre, really slow
I
flames.
think that's honestly that's got to be the quintessential Death Clock song because it's epic as fuck. But if like when you're listening to it, you might be in the frame of mind where yeah, this is fucking metal. But if you even think about it for a second about what he's talking about, you will laugh.
But it's also
he's talking about the fucking fish and like gathering armies of fish and shit to conquer land.
He's also talking about humans devolving back into the ocean.
Yes.
So the thing about the second and third album, though, is the music got more serious. I mean, still wasn't a masterpiece, but it got a lot more.
Well, with Mermaider, they added the water god thing. Bow to the water god or whatever.
Also with like some of the other songs, it seemed to get much more into like rather than just making songs for the show, let's make these songs for the albums.
Yeah, I mean, I think what probably happened is the first season was a success, and they're like, "Oh shit, like we can actually do this now."
He always wanted,
you know?
He always wanted to make a real life band, but he never knew if he was going to make another one because Adult Swim kept fucking him over. But 3 is even better than 2. The problem with 3 is you have to sort of forget that it's Death Clock because it's not that funny. I mean, yeah, lyrics like "I ejaculate fire" are hilarious, but musically it's a lot more serious. So you sort of have to forget that.
What's the one?
What
song I'm trying to think of? God, I'll just pull it. It's worth looking up. Death Album 2. I just want a list of the songs, please. Track listing. Okay. Oh, interesting little tidbit about Death Album 2. The second song, The Gears.
Yeah.
That is actually about Gears of War. That is actually about that team of soldiers.
Megadeth wrote the theme song to Gears of War called Gears of War.
Gears of War is so great. I'm pretty sure that Brandon Small, I think it is. Is that his name? Yeah, Brandon Small. Brendan Small, sorry.
Brendan, you fucking...
I'm pretty sure he's friends with the dude at Epic Games. Well, I think that's where that kind of came from.
Megadeth actually wrote the theme song to Gears of War.
They did a good job. It's an excellent theme song.
It's okay. Well, not the theme song.
Burn the Earth.
They wrote a song called Gears of War. Yeah, Burn the Earth I like.
Yeah, I mean, the guitar lick in that sounds like fire to me.
Burn the Earth sounds like
what
theme song.
What?
Burn the Earth sounds like it could be an alternate Death Clock theme song.
It could be. Oh yeah, you're right.
Like you're right. Yeah. I'm always right.
It's almost exactly the same as the theme. Actually, if you really kind of think about it.
But it's more flesh.
That's what I think. That's what I think the Death Album 2 is. It's an expanding of their original ideas.
I also like
you're saying.
I also like
3. There's a DVD of all their songs. I have to get that.
No, it's not all their songs.
But all the music videos. Their
yeah.
music videos are fucking awesome, dude. I love their music videos.
I also like that Brendan tried experimenting with a different vocal style rather than just his sort of low whispery growls, which sort of sound like this. He went for more of a high pitched and actually sounds like he's trying. That I never liked Brendan's growls all that much because he never really sounded like he was trying.
Well, I don't think he actually was at first. That's the thing about Death Clock. Like, if you try to hold them to a actual standard of metal, it's not gonna. You're gonna miss the point.
That's
Like,
where you're wrong with 3 though. That's the thing is you can't actually, and the thing is you can't actually hold them to a standard. Their albums were a lot were actually tried to be because Brendan is a metal fan.
well, you know what? Too though, I have to. Didn't season 3? Didn't it get really serious all of a sudden? Didn't they
Season
get like
4.
super? Huh?
Season 4.
Season 4? Didn't it get super serious?
Not really. I mean,
But like more epic, kind
yeah,
of
yeah.
take it more seriously, kind of thing.
Okay, season 4 was sort of jarring because it went from they would have like a lighthearted episode where the two guys have a DJ have a new metal band or whatever, and then it would get to like a really serious episode. So it was sort of jarring, but it always sort of stayed funny.
So the reason I brought that up is maybe that's kind of by design for the 3rd album.
Well, I mean,
I don't know.
No, I think the thing is like Brendan was always a metalhead. It's just that he could never really he's probably not the best growler anyway. But well, look, if I'm listening to an album, okay, I'm listening to it independently of the show. So I'm not going to think this is a show. I'm going to think in it, am I enjoying this? Because even the comedy album should be. I mean, SOD is a comedy album, but it's also one of the greatest albums I've ever heard. Kill yourself, where'd you kill yourself? I just want some milk.
I'm definitely getting that DVD. I mean, for fuck's sake. I didn't even know it existed. I didn't even know it existed.
What's it called?
Actually, it just says deluxe DVD. Let me actually look it up.
Yeah, you'd have to get the deluxe edition for that. I hope they have it still. I'm getting a DVD. Oh my god.
It's giving me all the actual seasons.
Well, yeah, you have to buy it with Death Album too. You can't just buy it by itself.
It's part of Death Album too.
Well, yeah, it's the deluxe DVD. It's the deluxe version, and it's only the first.
Okay.
It's only yeah.
I never got the deluxe editions of it, either of them.
Oh well, so you don't have the DVD.
Well, it would be nice though if they would just release the show and the album all in one package. To be honest with you,
hoping for that, but the thing is, Adult Swim is a dick, and that's why Brendan Small founded his own record label, basically, so he can keep doing something like. And actually, Brendan Small's solo release, his new album, is basically
it's not bad.
Album.
It's not bad. Galacticon, it's not too bad, man.
Well, the first album is like that. And
I kind of dig it.
The first album is not bad, and the second album is basically the next Death Clock album. He went to melodic death metal.
Did you ever hear the musical album, the Doomstar Requiem?
Yes, it has its moments, but God,
it has its moments. That's exactly right.
I liked Corpse Grinder as the fucking metal masked assassin, but I could do without fucking partying around the world.
That was one of the funnier ones to me because it's just so. It was just so, like, where the fuck did this come from? Kind of like my underwater friends. My underwater friends.
I wonder if Gene Hoglan was like doing this and going, "Why am I here? I played on Darkness Descends. Why am I here?"
I just love that Toki is just that though. He's like so like, no guys, I'm brutal. Hey kitty.
The funny thing is we actually named our cat Toki and he acts like more like Murderface. I mean,
yeah,
Murderface
thing too is when he went all black metal for that one episode. Do you remember that?
That's why we named him Toki, because I loved when he went black metal.
That was so fucking funny, dude. Yo, guys, I'm seriously pissed. Like, fuck all of you, die, rat. It's so great.
Which is basically me every day of my life.
And he's wearing the shoulder pads with spikes on them and shit. So good.
Oh yeah, why not? That's the
But
German metal bands love the spikes.
you gotta love the spikes.
Well,
Dude, the
yeah,
most absurd spikes.
yeah, but I've been in the
And
car with people who wore them, and ow, it hurts.
yeah, some of those spikes you see, especially the wrist ones, where
Yeah.
it's just a bunch of metal little sticks, like kind of like just barely hanging onto it. Looks real shitty.
Oh, those things hurt.
It's like, why would you wear such a ridiculous looking thing? If you're gonna wear spikes, make sure that like if you hit someone with them, it's gonna fuck them up really bad. These things are just flopping around. I mean, I'm sure you could hurt somebody with them, but
Would you like to test that theory?
dude, what I'm saying is you're gonna wear spikes on your arms. Get some fucking like Batman gloves with fucking actual fucking barbs coming out of them.
Or just put nails in your fucking thing, but like real nails. Make them. You know,
I would rather have things that go up to my elbow and there's just a plate of metal with barbs, like sharpened razor sharp barbs all over them.
I knew
So I
this
could
guy
just
who
arm people.
I knew this guy who decided to put fish hooks in his lapels, so that if anyone grabbed him at a show,
It's a good idea.
fuck. Yeah, some people.
You know what a buddy of mine did back when I played football is he would take safety pins, and if anybody fucked with him on the field, like punched him in the stomach or something like that, on the next play, he'd pull those safety pins out as little daggers. And when he'd hit this person, he'd stab him in the belly a bunch of times with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
people like at the end of the night, like with like bandanas and fucking like covering their hands as bandages because they tried to grab them and
That's awesome.
Yes.
But do we want to always be nice to our neighbors?
Well, why should we? Why? Tell us why, Christine. Tell us why we should be nice to our neighbors. And by the way, Phantom of the Opera sucked.
What? Phantom of the Opera? Why are you saying? Why are you bringing up Phantom of the Opera?
Because a girl named Christine was in Phantom of the Opera. Just laugh, okay? Just laugh.
See, I would, except it's not funny.
And by the way, The Car is a better movie than the movie you starred in.
The Car?
You've never seen the movie The Car?
I don't think so.
You need to. It makes the Stephen King movie Christine look like fucking frolicking in the park.
I do not like Christine. I don't get why people do either.
Well, I like The Car.
Well, that's fine, but the story, Christine's a terrible fucking movie. I don't give a fuck.
Well,
It's not interesting. I don't.
The Car is a much better movie.
Oh, I will have to check it out.
Yes, you'll have to check
now,
it out.
that said, when it comes to vehicular manslaughter, murder shit, Stephen King did make the greatest one of all time.
He didn't make
called Maximum Overdrive.
The Car's
little
better.
number there. Cars. Well, Maximum Overdrive is special.
Wait a minute.
It's
Stop
special.
right there. Stop right there. You didn't mention Killdozer.
I've not seen Killdozer.
Blasphemy! Blessed upon all blasphemies.
All right, I'll put it on the list. How about that?
The list.
The list of cock.
The list
Bob
of blood.
Cock.
Robert Cornelius Cock the Fourth.
Actually, I'm the third and fourth. Oh yeah.
Oh God.
What?
You realize we're gonna create this fucking. I'm gonna create a life story for you.
A live story for me.
For Robert Cornelius Cock. Oh, you haven't told his life story. I'm gonna tell your life story. You were.
Oh, well, I actually, I would greatly appreciate that, to be honest with you. That would be wonderful. That would be wonderful, actually. um, I forgot to mention Death Race, the original.
Yeah, that was fun. I used to like it when I was like 5. And then I watched it when I was like 17. I was like, oh, I missed a lot of these jokes. The Nazi and all the other fucking.
I put that movie kind of in where I put Maximum Overdrive, where the concept is just so Looney Tunes that I have to love it. Did you see the remake of Death Race?
Nope.
It was meh. Like, it felt like it could be a cool reboot, but they took away too many elements that made the original so cool.
Yeah, you like the new Speed Racer though.
I loved it, actually. I thought it was wonderful.
No.
Mm-hmm.
I'm shaking my head at the moment.
I don't know why you don't like it.
I just don't like it.
Well, explain yourself.
I can't. It's literally just I just don't like it. It's my childhood, motherfucker.
Dude, I like the cartoon too.
I like the cartoon too, man.
But honestly, if you're gonna make a live action Speed Racer movie,
I guess
that's how you fucking do it.
Okay. I just yeah. You're right. If you're gonna make a live action movie, yes, that is how you do it. I will agree. Oh God, did I disagree with you on something? No, no, you're wrong. Hated it. No,
You're wrong. You die. You suck.
Yeah. Thank you. Whew.
Okay.
Oh, I almost agreed with him there.
Filled all that in for him. You know, he hates me.
Yes. Yes, and I'm going to tell you.
You'll learn to hate me too.
I'm going to tell your life story, and I hate you.
Just open range on my Bob C. Cox life story. You can you can cover whatever aspect of my life that you want.
What was it like being raised by wolves?
We don't like to talk about that.
I don't want to talk about being raised by wolves.
No.
I heard you. This is why I sort of wish the Stig could talk. Just like, what was it like being? I don't want to talk about it.
No, just everything was. Hey, how you doing today? Nope. Just shake his head afterwards.
Yeah. Wait, you're saying Kimi Räikkönen's the Stig?
No.
He is great.
Wasn't it Michael Schumacher though?
No, it was Ben Collins. Well, that's one of the Stigs. Michael Schumacher. That was a stunt.
I thought maybe it was when I saw it at the time. I just wasn't sure.
Ben Collins, I saw him race in Indy Lights in 2000. He's raced in America. He's raced some stock car racing.
Well, good for him.
Even NASCAR. NASCAR.
I hated in the new Top Gear, new proper gear, where
they just hired a new host.
It was gay. Like, I would have just ended it. I would have just said, this show can no longer be what they made it.
But the Grand Tour also suffered.
It was still decent.
Yeah, but okay. I like Mike.
The magic wasn't really there anymore.
I like Mike Skinner and all. He was the first season driver, but his jokes about Americans, being anti-communist and this car made by communists. It's like, okay, we get it. Ha, American red.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna mention is there was some of that in the new Top Gear too. Or it's like that whole. Yeah, well, I like how he would poke fun at him, like, the only thing that matters is how fast you go in a straight line. That's it. I don't care about turning.
You know the funny thing is with that accent, he's actually from California. He's from
I
Palmdale.
can tell it's kind of
Yeah, he's from Palmdale.
it's,
He's Mike Skinner's an old NASCAR driver. He's won about 20 some truck races. The new season they had a girl named Abby Eaton who's she doesn't actually say anything while she drives, just like nope, fuck it, here we go.
we're driving.
Yep. So yeah, I mean, it was funny for a while, but there were just too many episodes. But I like Clarkson, Hammond, and May. I think they have a always a great
Well,
chemistry.
those three could be presenting anything.
Those three could be
It doesn't
presenting.
matter. They could be talking about the latest and greatest in keyboard technology, and you will be entertained.
I will watch them talk about the newest paints.
Mm-hmm. They actually have an offshoot thing where they reconstruct one of their buddies' backyards. It's fucking hilarious.
No, that
It
wasn't one.
is.
No, that wasn't one of their buddies. That one was actually that was for
Oh
Terry,
yeah,
and he was pissed.
yeah. I remember now. Now that you mention it, but yeah, that I was crying laughing watching that fucking show
He,
when they
he
fucking they kept wrecking James' fucking barn.
I feel so bad for James sometimes. I like I,
Oh,
I
dude, genuinely, when he cracked his head open out in the desert, oh my god. Do you
I'm a
remember that?
yes, I'm a combination of Clarkson and May.
Yeah, I think most people probably are. Hammond is a fucking Clarkson's right about Hammond. That dude's weird. Like, there's something wrong with that motherfucker.
Hammond is actually really cool. If you actually watch
He's
his like,
funny.
if you actually watch his other show, he actually does know a lot. May's the one who's weird.
Well, so is Jeremy, though.
I
I
still
mean,
love the. I
let's be
still love
honest.
the best news segment ever. James May, when I have a little brush to clean off all my air vents, and everyone's like, "What? Stop talking!" And he's like, "And when the air vents get out of line, I get really angry." But said in like the most deadpan serial killer voice ever. It's like
I
Jim.
get really angry.
I get really
Yeah, I could hear him. I could
yeah.
hear him. I think the funniest thing I ever saw Hammond do was, I think it was early, like second or third season. He won this little truck race, and they were talking about, like, being the sporting fella, and don't take it too seriously. We're just kind of doing a show here. Well, at the end of the race, Hammond was all fucking pumped up that he'd won, took his helmet off, walked directly over to the other driver, got in his face, and was like, yeah! Like, oh my God, you fucking dick.
Yeah, he's funny. See, so I'm trying to decide. So if I'm Clarkson, who's Hammond? You or Jim? You're Hammond.
No, I'm not the hamster.
How tall are you?
5'11".
You're Hammond.
How tall are you?
6'2".
Oh, you fucker.
Yeah, but the funny thing is Clarkson's like 6'5".
Yeah,
like,
he's a tall son of a bitch.
It's like I always kid. I have a friend from Sweden. She's 6'3", and I'm like, oh come on, that last inch is just showing off.
Mm. Dude, I would like to get on fucking real tall bitch like that.
That would be well, yeah. I've also dated 5 foot tall, and that was fun too. I also know.
Yeah, well,
I also know.
it all could be fun. Let's be
I also
honest here.
I never dated a girl, but I know her. She's 3'11".
Oh my God.
And the
I think
thing,
that'd be too much for me.
but the thing is, though, if you were to, let's say, make fun of her height, you would find your head caved in because she is a scrapper.
Yeah, but I am probably way stronger than her.
I doubt it. She has done things to me.
I can almost guarantee I'm stronger than her.
Yeah, but
Like with 100%
But Robert Cornelius Koch the third and fourth, you weigh 94 pounds and are 4'9".
And wrapped in gauze. Yeah, you're right.
And all your skin's been burnt off.
I do forget that about. I haven't consumed enough of.
Tell me about the fire. Oh, I think you died. Shit.
The fire. I've consumed his soul. He is now nourishing my recovery into the ether that you call reality.
Yes.
And I'm going to allow him to speak through me. Elliot, are you there?
Yes, I thought you died.
No, you died. You are now existing in my mind, and I'm letting you speak to the world through
Eat
me.
more cheese.
This would be a terrible mistake.
um, no, but seriously though,
The things you learn on a transdimensional journey through life and death when you're a mummy like me, a powerful mage of the outer heaven, outer hell, whatever you want to call it.
outer, um, outer gods, outer
Give me
dogs,
an, give me
outer
an.
cats.
That's what she said.
What?
Just no connection there whatsoever.
Yes, right. That's the best part.
That's the magic.
The magic of necronomicon.
So I know it's Halloween, but I saw two furries enter Walmart today, and I almost stopped and pointed and was like, "Degenerates!" But I didn't. I kept my cool. I did scoff at them. I did ask the man, "What the fuck was that?" And he replied, "Think it's called bestiality or some shit."
I mean, I know some furries, and they're not really degenerate. They just like to dress up as fucking animals and do things. And I'm not going to judge. I read mind control porn. I'm so far beyond. If you want to degenerate, hi.
Well, no, it's not all. It's never all.
Yeah,
But
well,
there are some that are just they need to be burned.
I mean, for me, it's just like whatever. You live your life, and as long as you don't, do something evil to me. Oh, okay. If you do something evil to me, film it and post it on YouTube after I die.
What I don't want to get into all
Right.
that, but let's just say there are a subsect of furries that I really don't appreciate.
Well, yeah. I mean, there are subsects of it's.
There's always some in a group. You know what I'm saying?
I was in a conversation with someone who thought all Satanists burn churches and advocate killing Jews. She's Jewish, and I was like, wait, okay, burning churches, whatever, but I've never heard a Satanist say, yeah, kill Jews.
I mean, it wouldn't really matter to me if they did either. I mean, they'd still just be another.
But she seemed to think that so I had to sort of like, well, yeah, there are Nazis in black metal. I've heard Nazi glam rock, which is awesome, by the way. Rockin' for the Aryan race.
You know, the next Nazi prog rock. Yeah, man. Totally hit that fucking bridge there.
I want to hear the Nazi yes.
Owner of a starving gut. Do, 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 do. Owner of a burning corpse. Do, 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 do.
Yeah, right. Oh god. Here we are. I've been sort of listening to more progressive side, and I can't no.
I still I branch out here and there, but it's a lot like creepypasta. There's a lot of digging. There is a lot of garbage in
Yeah,
Prague.
no, I was saying yes. No, no for yes.
No for yes, you can't find anything you like. Well,
No,
whatever.
way too happy. You can't. I mean, maybe if I was on so much ecstasy or acid or something, but
No, I mean, I like it.
my
They fully commit to it. They don't back down from what they're trying to do at all,
yeah.
and it shows. And
See, like,
if you're gonna do that kind of thing, that real happy, positive message shit, you have to go all in. Otherwise,
I like
I
my
mean,
drug to be depressing as hell.
I like that kind of stuff too.
Yeah, so that's what I like. I like things that are just like, oh God, no.
My brain's melting through my nose.
Which
Yeah, that
actually
kind of stuff.
that happened to you about 12 years ago, didn't it? Your brain melted through your nose.
Yeah. Well, that kind of happens when you decompose for a long time without. Well, it's a complicated process for me, but
And yeah, weirdly
there's
enough,
periods of times where I can't figure out how to consume souls, so I deteriorate. That's why
weirdly enough, you're not ancient. In fact, I heard you're about 17 years old, Bob Seacock the third and fourth.
this incarnation of me is, yeah, totally.
Yes, the
That's
incarnation
total.
of cock.
Yeah, it's the incarnation of cock. You just have to know. You have to be in the know.
Yes.
Apparently, I got this guy snooping around my fucking dimensional reality, sleuthing it up, figuring me out and shit. This
No,
fucking
it's actually just extra dimensional Wikipedia.
oh, you know about that? Oh shit! The mortals have figured us out. We need to
I have
we need
I,
to build another internet.
I have the extra dimensional internet installed.
Yeah, we need to upgrade here,
Extra
guys.
dimensional Google is awesome.
extra what's extra dimensional YouTube like? I mean,
Uh,
I already know, but
same bullshit.
that would be
That's the most depressing. You create this extra-dimensional and it's the same bullshit as usual.
it's still just these dudes yelling at each other.
You're dumb.
Dude, some really funny like kind of YouTube drama is going down between these two dudes. One's named Andy Worski, and the other dude calls himself Tonka Saw. Tonka Saw is a Native American dude who used to be a professional wrestler and apparently has been in a couple MMA fights, and he's always big tough guy talk, right? Like if you really make him mad, it's like, fight me in real life, bro. He's one of those kind of guys.
Yeah, basically Pantera.
Okay, yeah. Knuckle dragger, yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Respect.
Yeah. That song Face Fisted by Death Clock. Oh my god, it's so funny. But anyways, the other guy, Andy, he has a speech impediment. And he knows it, and he talks about how he works on it, and he's a comedian as well, so he kind of works it in with all that. So you're never really sure if he's faking it or if he's actually having a fucking problem talking right now. You faggot, fucking dude. He's just a funny dude to listen to.
Yeah,
like he could be telling the most non-interesting story in the world, but you're gonna listen because it's so funny sounding. Well, anyways, he comes off as kind of a, I don't know, maybe at first, maybe your first impression might be like, this guy ain't shit. He's just a little, weak sauce, whatever. But when he starts talking shit, like okay, at least he knows how to banter. And all this Tonka Sawed guy gets to say, I'm gonna kick your ass, is basically what his whole argument boils down to, is that he's gonna kick your ass. And these two going back and forth is the most autistic shit in the fucking world. And for some reason, I have found it completely entertaining. and
Well,
supposedly they're gonna actually fight. So
the only thing I don't really find, yeah, that is hilarious. But the only reason why it's funnier for you is because I see that every day on my Facebook feed. Basically, I mean, why do you, I sort of am glad I created this new account because I was able to pare down my friend list considerably and get certain people out of there because I don't block people, so it was sort of an easier way of, you know.
like I kind of got. I'm not in the thick of it, but I had posted to Tonka Saw. People keep making fun of him by speaking like this. I am warrior, going to win. You know, speaking like a Native American. And I wrote to him being an old wrestler was like, don't work yourself into a shoot, which is kind of insider wrestling talk or whatever. And I said, Tonka never get worked into shoot. Tonka always win. Tonka strong. You're not. And he sent me a DM on Twitter like, yeah, you little pussy boy, you want to make a bet? Me no gamble. Me no believe in gamble. He got all mad at me, dude.
See,
All mad at me.
no sense of humor because I would have just written like, "Why does Paleface come making fun of my speech pattern?"
Yeah, exactly. I told him too. I was like, look, dude, I enjoy your show, but you just need to calm down and fucking take an L sometimes, man. You have no sense of humor.
Of course, in reality, he's probably a lot more laid back, and that's probably his persona.
Well, there's kind of a little bit of that going on too. But to send a private message being that way, I don't know how much of it's actually a worked in there.
It still is persona though. We're like, um, I'm one of the few who's the same jackass on or off air. Like that I'm, you know, basically the same. I mean, yeah, there's some stuff I won't talk about on air, but I'm not like, yeah, fuck you, Scott or Bob, fuck you, everyone, and hey, we're all friends and I'm happy and everything's. No, I insult you on air, off air. It's like Jim. We just did a show.
Yeah, well, I think what I'm trying to say though is I think that he's probably the same way. I think he's trying to pretend like it's all a joke to him, but at the end of the day, I think he's a shit talking motherfucker who just can't laugh at himself or take himself.
It's funny when people lose an argument and then they claim they were trolling you the whole time. When they put so much effort into winning the argument, and then they just claim that it's like, no, if you were trolling, you wouldn't put that much.
I do that thing purposefully to Chaswald.
Well,
I do it I will post something that I know is bullshit just to get his fucking gears grinding and get him all mad, and then say, "Oh, it's just a joke," but it is just a joke.
I stopped talking to him for a while after some shit he pulled.
He's just such a he is autistic. He's got Asperger's syndrome. He is.
When you get him like in real life, he can actually be quite funny and actually quite a nice person. But when he thinks that he can troll, he just becomes a complete dick. And it's like
that's not trolling.
I care more about the show than I think a lot of other people do. So he would troll someone who I was trying to get on the show. I'm like, well, great. He's going to think, well, why is he working with him? I don't want to be on his show. So yeah, I sort of laid into him about that. And also I was going through a lot of like sort of personal stuff, and that night was horrible. And he basically was the one who, I hate to say it, but it was like, have you ever just had like the straw that broke the camel's back and you just start venting to someone or ranting about? And yeah, I laid into him a lot, but damn, it felt good.
Chaz, I keep him around as a lol cow, to be honest, dude.
Oh.
I love when he gets angry at me because I know it's going to lead to some hilarity when someone else sees.
Yeah, I'll pick him back up in a little bit. It's just he started trolling someone who did not deserve it at all, and it was just like, really.
And Chaz is not a good troll, even like he's way too obvious.
He can be on his day, but then he starts we were having a serious conversation. He started picking apart this guy's meaning with semantics, and it's like really you just it's just. But yeah,
You know what I found funniest about Chaz with my interactions with him? I admit I'm the type of person, if I see an interesting headline, I'm gonna post it and probably come back to it later, especially if I'm like on a break at work.
well,
Like you know how Facebook is. If you see something you're interested in reading, you can't just let it go. It'll scroll away, and then you'll have to fucking digging through and find it. Whereas if you just post it, then you can read it. And yeah, he's right. I can set privacy. Say I can do all this, that, and the other. I'm hurting the algorithm. But at the end of the day, fuck you. Don't tell me how to fucking run my Facebook page. Fuck out of Get the fuck out of here, you little faggot.
I mean, because I post things and people are like, oh, that's a false news story. I'm like, yeah, but I posted it because it was funny. I don't care if it's true or false. It was, man has sex with bee's nest.
I do that. I do that too. I do that too.
See, that's not what I'm talking about trolling. When I'm talking about trolling, if you started posting Dream Theater, Greater Slayer, or fucking like Linkin Park's the greatest metal band ever, which I know that's not.
It's such obvious bait.
Which okay, baiting, yeah, fine. It's baiting that I don't like. When I shit post, I do it. It may be an extreme version of what I think, but it's what I think. But I'll also put like man has sex with wasp nest gets killed, regardless of whether it's true or false. That's funny.
Yeah, who cares? The headline is just too funny.
Well, the story is also funny as well. So who cares if it's true or false? But people, oh my god, fake story. It's like I know.
Dude, that was one of the funniest things he got onto me about was that I was adding to the ignorance of the world because I was influencing Facebook's algorithm and what people would normally see on their Facebook feed. And he would get all the fucking fact-checking sites and everything out on me. And I'm just like, look at all this effort you're putting into my stupid little post, you fucking idiot.
See,
like, Jesus Christ.
If I ever got like, doxxed or if someone carried out a death threat in real life, I'd be like, wait, you went out of your way in order to kill me?
Yeah.
Well, get a life.
Yeah. Yeah.
He claims he has a life, and that's why he can't do the show because he has another kid and he has a life and blah, blah, blah. It's like, well, you post on Facebook quite a lot for someone with a life.
I mean, posting on Facebook is not anything. I mean, you can do it in 2 seconds. You can get a lot of posting done,
but
in just a few minutes.
He seems to be very active for someone with a life. It's like, I'll admit I have no life.
Yeah, dude, I have to take breaks from social media just to keep my life on the right track. I honestly,
I have no life because it's a shit cereal.
Yeah, I understand.
Get it? Life.
Oh yeah, it is a shit cereal. You're correct. Cardboard, the fucking cereal. Yes.
Okay, Cinnamon Life is actually pretty good.
Okay. Well, let's be honest here. It's the cinnamon that's the star, so you might as well get Cinnamon fucking Toast Crunch.
Put cinnamon on a dog turd, it'd be good.
It'd be better.
Oh, that's right. Robert Cornelius Koch the third and fourth dines on dog turds.
And that's how I knew it's only better. It's not really good, but see, I can't help it. I have to eat dog shit because there's a special nutrient that demons like me have to have. It's not. Don't think of it as food. It's more of a, you have to kind of prove yourself. Like, what kind of demon are you? Do you even eat shit? Like, like if you don't eat shit, you can't really get into hell. So,
wait, but I don't eat.
And hell is just the first. Like, hell is kind of like the welcome mat to what's actually going on. So,
yeah, but the thing is, I'm actually too demonic to even eat shit. I'm so demonic that it's not even called into question, except by lower peons like you.
Well, see, what I heard is that you guys have like these glands that secrete shit into your throat so that like you just cut out the middleman kind of thing going on.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Well, yeah, you weren't supposed to know about that.
Well, I did know about it. Just like you weren't supposed to know about, about what I've done and why I look like a a goofy mummy.
Extra dimensional Wikipedia sucks.
It's, it's just like the normal one. It's depends on who the editor is.
Well, someone randomly said Wikipedia is like the Bible. We don't know who wrote it. Yeah, we all trust implicitly.
Yeah. I look at Wikipedia like this. It's a good
starting point.
It's a good place to see what the world thinks about things.
It's also it's a good starting point. It's a good place to start. And then if you want to get more more detail.
Going back to Chaswold here. I'm going to call him Chaswold from now on.
I will call him Charles.
You will call him Charles. Great. The other funny thing about Chaswold is he seems to approach everyone as if they're claiming to be a journalist.
Well, in a way, I can sort of understand because people think they're journalists. People on Facebook now think that they're, the people's journalists, and that their opinions are the fucking.
Okay, I see your point, and that's fine. But like, if you think a knucklehead like me thinks that I'm a journalist, you've got bigger problems. And I think he's widened his net to the point where everyone is now in his fucking sites or whatever.
With people like that, it's always like,
I see someone like Chaz going kind of crazy because he can't seem to deal with certain types of humor, certain just anybody who kind of not stands up to him, but kind of doesn't take him seriously.
Yeah,
he gets really triggered.
I mean, he's trying to be a Facebook political activist, which is all fun and good, but
it's gay. That's what it is.
I mean, but there's some points in time where, like, I took a break from politics after, in about 2016 because I was just so burnt out on the election. It was just like, oh, fuck this. Now I pretty much post political stories to make fun of them. Like, and it's funny because I both have like alt-right and left-wing people, and they all think that when I post something about their side or about the opposite side that I'm supporting their side. It's like, no, I'm literally just making fun of this side. I'll get back to making fun of you in a second.
I'm finding people that I'm starting to agree with more. They might say they lean one way or the other because everyone kind of has that bias, but they're saying things like common sense type of things.
I've been trolling.
Yeah,
I've been trolling the fuck out of Brett recently because he's gone so much more right in the past couple like. But I remember
some of that really far right wing alt right stuff can actually be quite humorous. Like,
well, he was talking about repatriating people of other races back to their homeland, and it's like, okay, well, a lot of people were born here. What are you going to tell like a 6th generation black person they have to go back to Africa? Really?
Yeah, that shit's just not going to work in this country.
And well,
it's just not going to work.
Well, also there's no need to, but it's sort of like, so I basically I'm just starting to troll him because he's gotten a lot more like alt right or whatever. Like he was always right wing, but it seems like he's taken like even more steps to total lunacy. So I'm just trolling the fuck out of him. I'm going to see how.
So he's kind of taken on the kind of Richard Spencer school of thought, isn't he?
Yeah, it's. I'm just.
But here's the thing. Like ideas like that, it depends on who's presenting them. Someone like Richard Spencer presents them. I still disagree with him at the end of the day, but at least he doesn't sound like a complete fucking like gas station attendant while he says it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. See, I had to wait about 4 days to add Brett just because I wanted to break from the fucking politics.
Yeah, I mean, I pretty much just shit post about politics now. Yeah, it's turned into such a circus that my 2 cents aren't. I mean, they never did, but I just lost interest in it. Really,
But now I'm
like,
just trolling him to see how long it takes for him to get pissed off at me. Because
has he ever gotten pissed at you?
Yeah, a couple times. I mean, who hasn't gotten pissed at me? Really?
Yeah, true.
People I've dated say, "Oh yeah, sometimes I want to bash your brains in." People I
Fucking
do
online drama is so
How
like
many times have you gotten pissed at me?
legitimately pissed once.
Yeah, well, but how many times have you been like, God, don't, I just want him to, I just want to bash his brains in with a fucking sledgehammer.
Or go wrestle a rope kind of thing.
That happens to you for about, every 10 minutes. Wait, here's coming down. God damn it.
Hey, you fucking tube, go wrestle a rope.
Yeah, right.
I go wrangle yourself a rope.
I pissed Jim off to the point where he started screaming at me once. Because I was really tired and I wasn't making any sense, and I was trying to call him out on his idiocy, but he got so pissed he started screaming at me. It was his girlfriend was there. Was like, she was like, "My oh my."
Jim yelling at you though is like, I don't know. Like if you're gonna talk to Jim, you're gonna get yelled at. Like,
Oh yeah,
you're gonna say something, you're gonna do something. Like, and 99% of the time you'll be okay, but there'll be that one time where he just
but then
he
at the same time,
just makes you feel like a piece of shit and that you're gonna die. Like you should just die where you sit.
but at the same time, he'll also say things that I'm like, "No, you're an idiot. Here's why." Chapter 1.
Chapter 2.
Yeah, right. So
As you look up, real slowly turn the page. Not done yet, Jim. Chapter 2.
is that like
Oh God.
Satan?
Huh?
Is that like they drink the wine, Satan?
Yeah, exactly like that actually. Actually no, you don't turn the page. You take a sip of wine first. Then you wait for him to try to say something and you say, "No. Jim, listen. We're not done here." Chapter 2. That little clip though, that little 5-second clip of that dude, Satan, that needs to be a more like someone needs to make a video meme of that where it just shows the plain video and he does the whole Satan bit.
Hey,
and then
I was a kid.
it turns into like rainbows and shit. Like he's figured it all out, guys. He's thought about this really long and hard. He's smarter than all of you. Everyone can rejoice because
See, I still have that sort of, inner metal evilness, and I still get pissed when you don't take black metal as seriously as you should.
you're always gonna hate me then.
And I'm sure you know that. I'm sure you love what. Oh God, he's ranting at me again. Look,
Yeah, well,
seriously enough.
yeah, we're all dicks, but whatever.
Satan, man.
So, be nice to your neighbors, okay? When someone asks about your dream home, how do you respond? It might be an apartment in a big city. It might be a house on a farm. Or, if you're like me, a cozy house with a picket fence in the suburbs.
Garage in the middle of nowhere with a cot in the middle.
With a rotation of cars that you work on and test drive and
Or I was just literally going for like as shitty as possible, just like garage with a cot, whatever. Or like
just,
Monroe. What?
A tent.
Hell, Burt Monroe lived in a shed for the last like 30 years of his life, where he just worked on his motorcycles.
That would be cool.
Yeah, right.
My husband and I moved into my dream home about 5 years ago. It is located in a tiny town, one of those places where everyone knows everyone, and no one locks their doors. About 30 minutes drive from the city. We thought we found the perfect place. We were so very young, or so very wrong. Oh shit. We were so very wrong.
So
I keep wanting to say young there.
Robert Cornelius Koch the third and fourth has a husband.
I do. I have many husbands and many wives and many children
And many cats. He's
and
like
many
crazy cat
diseases.
lady. Yeah. Many diseases.
I have many husbands, many wives, many children, and many diseases,
And many cats with horns.
and many cats with diseases that I
And
gave them.
horned kitties.
You got the horn part right. Mhm.
Ah.
You see, the thing about people is that you never really know them. It's common in this kind of town and everywhere, really, to come across the type. This is the type of person who uses parentheses a lot.
So me?
Okay, so
You've seen me type.
every paragraph there's at least two. But anyways, to come across the type of people who seem to be the nicest and most normal human beings on the planet, but who are different monsters behind closed doors. Usually it's nothing more than hidden alcoholism or drug use, a secret affair or domestic abuse. But even Jeffrey Dahmer seemed like an okay guy. And we all know what skeletons were in his closet and fridge.
Yeah,
Just gonna let that hang there. We'll let that hang there.
see, I don't even seem like a nice person. Like I can't even get that part right. I'm pretty much just maladjusted. Hi, what's your name? Death, kill, vomit, murder.
Die. What? Why the fuck do you care? Go fucking die. Like just spurg out on him completely.
No, I literally just went like, because I was in my own little world and like, there was a fucking family reunion of someone I didn't know. I was like, "Hi, what's your name?" I was like, "Death, kill, vomit, murder, death." Oh, what? Oh, and never mind.
Walked away, left you alone.
Yes.
You sat in the corner the rest of the time.
Yes. I even did the folded hands thing. You know, the folded hands. Like, I don't care.
The folded hands.
You know, like your hands folded across your lap. Like, no, I don't even give a shit. You guys are gonna fuck.
Whatever.
Yeah.
You're dumb.
Yeah, pretty much.
By the way, this person's attempt at humor there at the end, did that make you want to kill yourself immediately? Like within the next half hour?
Yes.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, good.
Me too.
Don't kill yourself, Robert.
And fridge.
He died. I killed him. I killed me.
Hey, you want to hear a death croak? This one's real, guys.
Oh, great, he's dead.
There was just the slightest little chuckle before you said that. He's dead. That's beautiful. The weirdness started a few months ago. Whoa, now, lady. You need to calm her down a little bit. The weirdness started a few months ago when our neighbor moved in next door. He kept to himself. He didn't talk to anyone except for the occasional visitors that came from out of town to see him. They were a catalyst for rumors. I'd heard that he was a drug dealer and that he had been in and out of prison, and that he was cut out of his family's lives for touching his nephew or niece, but not reported for it out of pity. Whoa.
I heard.
It's hard to parody. I mean,
I heard that he was a secret alien from Tralfamador.
you know what's wrong with this character they just built? All the mystique, everything about that person, all you hear is that he's a kitty diddler, and you hear it right away, right out of the gate. There's no other mystery.
A rumor.
We already know where this is going.
Well, maybe, but that's just a rumor about it. But it is a little bit obvious.
Yeah, I think we all know where this is going now.
See, it should have been like he was sort of nice, but he didn't really talk to anyone. But there was no
Maybe a little
love
weird.
about him, and yeah,
Maybe a
yeah,
little bit weird. Whatever. Whatever.
we're all a little bit
But
weird.
turns out he's got like a whole room full of sacrificed animals
Hold
and
on,
a dead baby.
yeah, right, yeah.
You know, something
Okay.
legit.
Yeah, but this is just like, oh, you heard rumors about, you know.
You want to hear a funny story about my naive cousin when we were younger? This was, I think it was around Halloween, and we were younger and home alone. This is not going well. God damn it. Anyways, the cops knock on my door. I open the door. I talk to them. My cousin's freaking out because there's just cops. And
Yeah.
I come back inside, and I only have like 5 feet to come up with this story in my head, and it just fell out of me so perfectly. It's like, yeah, man, the cops are here. They were looking for some Mexican guy, and they told me that we need to be really careful because he's been known to come back to this house, and that he used to sacrifice animals in the basement. And I'm pretty scared, dude. We need to call our moms. And dude, he turned ghost fucking white, threw up, and passed out. He was so scared.
And
Somehow, between talking to the cop, turning around, taking 2 steps, and being in the room, I came up with this beauty of a story that made perfect sense. What's that?
And the best part, the cop was probably like, could you turn down your stereo?
They were actually looking for somebody that they thought might be at my house, but I told them like they're free to come in. He's not here. You're mistaken. Maybe you have the wrong address. I think that's probably what it was because they went up the road a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I decided that I'm going to scare the shit out of my cousin. And it worked like a fucking charm, dude. Like, I think it was because the cops arrived and I had such a good excuse to be saying the things I was saying. Like, it was so perfect. God, that scared the shit out of him. It was so funny. The moments you wish you could just have a fucking camera for, you know?
Well, yeah, I bet if he told, I bet when he told that story, he's like, that never happened. That never fucking happened. No. Because I know people like that. What?
Like, nuh-uh.
Yeah, right? Yeah. No, that never happened. Dude, you pissed.
No, you're lying. Anyways, a couple of weeks ago, my sister was leaving my house late at night when she noticed that the dome light on her car was on. Someone had just been in there, it seemed. She ran back inside and alerted my husband, who then walked her back and out and took a look around to see if he could find the intruder.
And then
They heard
up your car.
Oh God. Oh God. No. Let's not do this.
And then they ate each other's brains.
Out of pure lust and love for one another. But then after they ate each other's brains, they heard footsteps on their neighbor's porch, but couldn't actually see anyone because they ate each other's eyeballs. My husband called out, but received no response. But because he doesn't have ears anymore. The next day, he spoke with another neighbor about the incident to warn him to lock his car at night. That neighbor told my husband that he had spotted someone in the bushes across from his house 2 weeks prior and chased the person into the house next to mine before he lost the guy. A few days after the chase, someone broke into the upstairs window, tried to get into his house when his family slept. The whole neighborhood was freaked out. We had our suspicions that the new guy was a culprit, but we had no proof. No one had been able to see his face when he was busted. No one could say whether or not he had been chased to his house, or if the person running had simply hidden on his porch or in his yard. Local police agreed to increase patrols in our area, and things quieted down for a while. That was until this past weekend.
Dun, dun, dun.
Okay, a couple things. The first two paragraphs are maybe 3 or 4 sentences. That paragraph is probably like 8.
It sounds to me like just rich people like, oh, I never had to lock my doors. It's like, well, I don't care how safe the neighborhood is. I'm locking my doors. I don't want any of my fucking neighbors in my house. Like,
Yeah, I'm locking
I
my
think the
doors,
only way
dude.
I would put my neighbors in my house is if I had a flamethrower. I don't care how nice they are; they're humans.
Let me ask you something. Shouldn't, if we're gonna have guns, shouldn't we have fucking flamethrowers?
You know what? Fuck guns, flamethrowers for everyone.
Like honestly, like if you knew everyone had flamethrowers, everyone would behave. Like
Flamethrowers for everyone.
every, unless you wanted to be burned to a crisp, you'd behave. You would behave because if someone had to use a flamethrower, everyone would turn and look. Everyone would be seeing immolation. You know,
Pretty.
you would not. You would not be able to. No one would be able to look away from that.
I'm just picturing you
He's,
like watching an emulation and you're just like pretty lights.
no, I'd be that asshole commenting on guy's a pussy. Can't take it. Look at him.
What? I'm being set on fire, you asshole.
Meanwhile, if it happened to me, I'd be running down the road screaming and crying for help. But still, I'm gonna be a dick while it's happening, though. I mean,
Yeah, of course you're gonna be a dick because that's who you are. No, you're not a
because
dick.
it's not me. Much better you than I, buddy.
Yeah,
And you're not taking it very well, so. A Buddhist monk you are not, sir.
no, yeah, but you just go ahead and light me on fire.
I mean, honestly, has anything more metal ever been done than that? Like, I'm going to just sit here and not move or cry about it and burn to a crisp.
Yes, that is awesome. If only Buddhists.
That is
Yeah.
that is just the most metal thing ever, in my opinion.
Yes, that is awesome. Which is why we will now do it to you. Oh wait, you said you'll be screaming.
I probably wouldn't enjoy that, sir.
You'd be like, "Ah!" No, the best thing. There's a band called Intestinal Discord, which was sort of a joke grindcore band. But the one of the guys who was actually a pretty big guy could accurately scream like a girl. So they put his girl screams on the album. It is the most annoying thing I've ever heard in my
Yeah,
life.
nobody won't. No, when you're in the throw of a metal album, you don't want to hear girly shit.
Well, actually, it's pretty metal in a way because it's just so well. It's not really. It's grindcore, but it is the most annoying thing ever. But it's designed to be annoying. It's he purposely did it to be annoying. But anyway, I was just
Well,
picturing like you being set on fire and screaming like a little girl.
I probably would.
Yes, I know you
I
would.
probably would.
Whereas I'd be like,
I mean,
ouch.
no, you'd scream like a girl too.
Fuck off.
I think everyone screams like a girl in that situation. Unless, you're the Buddhist monk. Or if you're that fucking phony Buddhist monk. The funniest part about that video, the failed immolation video,
Yeah.
the fucking funniest part is the little twerp that lit the guy on fire. Himself caught on fire and ran away.
I'm just waiting for Jim to go. I would if he was here. I wouldn't scream like a girl. It's like, yeah, you would.
Well,
What happened this weekend?
Jim.
Jim, what?
Oh, wait. Whoa, let's go back here a second. What happened this weekend?
No. About the story. What you're saying?
I know. Well, I'll tell you what happened this past weekend.
Okay.
It was late on Saturday night, around midnight, when I heard what sounded like power tools running. There was a house nearby. There's a house nearby that's being renovated by a family that lives there. Really? I mean, It's not being renovated by the neighbors, right?
It's not being renovated by a ghost.
But the family that lives there. Oh, thank you, author. I mean, thank you.
I was expecting the ghostly power tools.
The ghost tools of doom.
You see some I have this comedy sketch in my head now where you see like this sheet figure. What are you doing? I'm remodeling the kitchen. I didn't really like the look of it.
And you could call it the ghost tools of doom.
Hey dude, could you hammer that nail in for me?
I need an electric screwdriver. How do you make power tools scary? It's not possible. Well, actually, you know what? Now that I think about that.
Driller Killer?
Huh?
You've never seen Driller Killer? Well, it's not really scary, but still.
No, I thought about it, and yes, power tools can be quite terrifying, to be honest with you. There's a house nearby that's being renovated by the family that lives there. So I just assumed they were finishing a project before turning it in or something. I didn't really care until about 45 minutes later when I saw the flashing lights outside my window. I went outside to see 3 police cars, an ambulance, and a small crowd gathering in front of the house next door. No one seemed to know what the hell was going on for once. I'm going to try to read this like a creepypasta faggot. The only information that I could gather was that what's that one guy? You know who I'm talking about?
Which one?
I'm gonna try to imitate him. Hold on. The only information that I could gather was that an old lady who lived next door, a few doors down, had called the police to file a noise complaint. When the sound of the tools woke her up.
Corpse Husband?
Is that him?
Or is it Let's Read?
Whichever guy talks like this, and then everybody makes fun of him.
Corpse
because he always has a downwards inflection.
Corpse Husband does the deep web stuff. Let's Read just sounds like an idiot. I don't want to hurt anybody.
Well, the guy who always has the downward inflection. He talks like this all the fucking time. Every sentence.
Yeah, but
there's
2 that sound sort of like that. There's Corpse Husband and Let's Read.
Well, they're both retards. I had been
Let's Read because he does those Reddit stories, and he read one. Okay, this was the entire plot of the story. This is the synopsis. A kid is listening to his older brother's Iron Maiden albums when his brother throws the album out the window, saying, "Do you know that there's backwards messages in the lyrics, right? That's the devil's music." And the kid says, "I like the devil." And then at night he sees the devil.
Oh, God.
That was literally the entire story.
That sounds like the premise to an 80s metal video.
No, that sounds like the premise to like an 80s Christian satanic panic.
No, but I want that to be an actual video where you're supposed to take it serious.
I like the devil.
Yeah, I like kind of like we're not gonna like that video, like where the brother's trying to tell him he can't be all demonic and stuff, but instead he's like, you know what? Fuck you. I love the devil. And then later that night he gets to meet and party with the devil. That would be an awesome thing.
But it also sounds like something like Bob Live. This is why you should listen to Iron Maiden. Which would be equally as awesome, because I love those Christian propaganda things.
You know, when I was really down on my luck, I thought about preaching, because I have such contempt for it that I think I could actually exaggerate it so well and get people to actually pay me to do it.
Yeah, but can you do the voice?
Holy Jesus!
Or like that, all sort of just like this. You gotta preach the word.
You gotta,
Send
you
me
gotta,
money.
you gotta live the word. You gotta preach the word. You gotta live up to the word, the almighty word, and
But
you can
most
rejoice in
importantly,
his bathing sunlight of precious awesomeness forever and ever with him. Amen.
you gotta send me money. Because if you don't
I
send me
could see.
money,
No, I can look into this crowd and I can see that there are some of you out there who are doubting my word, the word of God who speaks through me to you. And let me tell you something. All you brothers and sisters who have your doubts, you doubting Thomases out there, are going to burn for eternity. And then just turn all black metal, yeah.
yeah, right.
Dude, that would be an awesome video where you have like a preacher and it's all normal. It's all normal, like typical make fun of the religious people, you know, kind of like a sarcastic, atheistic kind of video opening of making fun of the religious people, the making fun of the preacher, but slowly the scenery gets darker and darker as he gets more into the thing. But it turns out this preacher's actually a fucking demon from hell, and he's brainwashed all the people, and the church turns black and bloody, and he, like, yeah, that would be an awesome video.
I will tell you what my last words will be, and I will make fucking sure. Either 4 simultaneous days in one single Earth rotation, or storm the gates of heaven, and then just flip off God as you die.
I have no idea. I don't even want to think about what my final words will be. They're just going to happen, and then I'm not going to be here anymore.
Your final words will be, I like fish.
Actually, it'll probably be I hate fish, because it'll be food poisoning that can't be cured, or some gay shit like that.
Your final words will be, watch Swine Brothers.
Oh, God. If I die during a Swine Brothers episode, shoot me. Just shoot me. Like, just go up to my corpse and shoot me.
Okay, so what happened this past weekend?
Well, it was late on a Saturday, and around midnight, when I heard what sounded like power tools running, I fucking got curious, and I fucking didn't know what to think. That's what happened.
Well, what happened after that?
Until about 45 minutes later, when I saw the flashing lights outside my window, I went outside to see 3 police cars, an ambulance, and a small crowd gathering in front of the next door. All right, so, okay. I'll stop reading like an idiot. No one seemed to know what the hell was going on for once. The only information that I could gather was that an old lady who lived a few doors down had called the police to file a noise complaint when the sound of the tools woke her up. I had been standing with the crowd for about 5 minutes before the officers came outside to move us away from the house and roped the area off with crime scene tape. The coroner's van showed up a short while later. It wasn't until the next day that we found out the story. 2 officers had responded to the noise complaint. They could hear the tools running inside, but no one answered the door when they knocked. One of the officers...
Haunted tools, man.
We're about to find out, I think.
Oh, here we go.
Boo! Anyways.
Oh.
One of the officers looked into a window and noticed that a pool of blood in the living room floor. I'm struggling. I'm struggling because I'm getting sleepy.
Stop saying right. Pool of blood.
I have to pull it together here. I just got a few more sentences. I can do this. They called for backup and entered the house. My next door neighbor had killed some woman, dragged her down into his basement, and was using a power saw to cut her up into little pieces. When the police entered the basement, he panicked and used the saw to end his own life. Holy shit! That's awesome! Apparently, he almost completely decapitated himself. As gruesome as the details of this heinous act were, the murder-suicide wasn't the thing that caused the most unrest in my little community. Ooh, the plot thickens.
Dum, dum, dum.
He had a large... Oh, God.
Penis.
Yes, that is correct, sir. He had a large hand-drawn map of the town hanging in his basement. Each house was drawn as an empty square, and each square had notes written inside. How many people lived in the house, whether or not they had dogs, the best time and place to enter the home undetected. He also had a stack of photos on the table near the map. He had taken pictures of every house on our street, some at night and some during the day, some from outside and some from within.
Dum, dum, dum.
Dun, dun, dun!
Wait, if you were gonna cut a woman up, wouldn't you want to like? I mean, you could dispose of it at night, but wouldn't you want to cut it up during the day when you're less likely to get a noise complaint?
Wouldn't you also, I'm not asking the right person here, but wouldn't you also not take pictures of your next victims and do all this stupid, crazy shit, plan out? Wouldn't you just do it?
Well, or you'd try at least try to hide at the planning better. But yeah, if you were gonna cut a body up, you would do it like during the day. I'm not saying that you'd obviously want to get rid of it at night, but during the day because you're less likely to get noise complaints or something like that.
Well, if you have all these power tools, you could also like soundproof your basement first a little bit. I
Right?
mean,
Yeah. So he did a shitty job and he panicked.
yeah, fucking idiot.
Fucking idiot.
So that story sucked. I'm sorry, Christine, but I mean, again, same kind of thing. It got kind of good there
Uh,
towards the end.
I liked it
Like
better than the pocket watch.
it got kind of okay. Like you had a few shocking sentences in there, and you tried to get the creepiness level up. But I'm sorry. I'm just sorry. The rest of it was just, it didn't add to the creepiness at all. Like,
I'm sorry, you're just not very talented, and you should give up on everything.
I'm not saying all that. I'm just criticizing this one
Yeah, you're
piece.
not. No, 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 no. That's not Robert Cox. That's Ellie Lindenwood saying you should give up on everything.
All right, well, there we go. Christine, Druga, you need to do more drugs
Yes, do
to
more
be,
drugs, and you will be a fantastic. What?
and then you'll be on our level,
Yeah, and
which is,
which is funny because nobody on the show, Swine Brothers, actually does any sort of anymore.
yeah, we don't do anything, and we're still better than you.
Yes, but I mean that's the thing. Next time, I do want to do races again though, one because I have a shit. But it's funny because even though you've been off the air, I've been like, you might like this race, you might like this race. I have fucking tens of things. So
Great.
yes, but next time if you want to do the creepypasta thing, give me some time to look up some good ones.
Well, I mean, if I'm available tomorrow night, which would be probably a more appropriate time.
I was about to make a joke. Oh, tomorrow night I have some, but yeah, no, I'm gonna be free tomorrow.
I don't know if I will be or not. So, I
Okay,
mean,
well,
not written in stone.
okay, well, if you are, then we'll do shit.
All right, cool. All right. So here's the thing for anybody who ever might come across this. We don't like you. You probably don't like us.
Yes,
So go ahead and smash that like button.
but don't smash
You
the pocket
know,
watch.
don't smush the pocket watch. Otherwise, you'll have to kill yourself and feed yourself to your family. Which, honestly, as long as you record it and give us the footage,
Yes. Wait.
I'm
Well,
good with it.
yes. Happy Halloween. It is actually Halloween my time.
Oh, well, happy pumpkins. Happy ghosts and
Happy
shit.
serial
Oh,
killer.
may something genuinely creepy happen to you tonight, Elliot.
Halloween's first album was called "Don't Metal" METAL with Evil.
Don't you think they're kind of sending the wrong message to the kids or something there? I mean,
Yeah, but come on, it's such an '80s metal album title. Don't metal with evil.
let's get it straight here. Nobody is more 80s metal than Striper. So
Striper. I actually tried to get into Striper. I can't. No.
There's a couple. I got to admit, there's a
Halloween
couple.
is a little bit more up my alley because it's more speedy. But
The cover of what's that song called? Is it Jesus Christ is Right for Me or something like that?
you know what?
That song is catchy as fuck. Like,
You know what band of actually the '80s band? They were sort of labeled a glam band, but Wasp has actually made some good ass albums recently.
yeah, I've heard a couple good songs by them that I was like, I was not expecting that from this.
They're sort of
Because
labeled,
I saw the image they had and I was thinking, oh, that's gay.
their image
Like,
their image sort of made them a glam band, but they were never really musically. They were more a little bit more heavy metal, hard rock. So I like them, but Striper, I've tried. I can't.
I
And
can't, like, I'm not putting them on rotation or anything, but
it's not the Christian concept because I like some Christian metal band. Mortification's first two albums, but they're so cheesy.
they are very, very.
So remember, kids, don't meddle with evil. METAL. Actually, you know what? Meddle with evil.
That's what I was trying to say. Is I
Yeah.
mean,
Meddle with evil.
you don't want to be telling people to not meddle with evil. I mean, really,
Yes.
especially metal music. I mean, I'm offended. I think I'm triggered here a little bit.
Robert Cornelius Koch, the third, fourth, and fifth have been triggered.
And I'm really sleepy, so I'm gonna fuck off now.
Yeah.
So
I will see you later.
sayonara, kumbaya, and die.
Ugh.